Welcome to a special presentation of Chris 6 News. This is Thomas J. Henry's Game Night South Texas, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Game Night South Texas. We're live at Cavanis Field tonight for the big district shootout between two teams that know each other rather well, the Moody Trojans and the King Mustangs. You see the two teams, the High Steppers coming out. You see across the way the Royalettes as they get ready for this game. Already the second to last regular season game of the year. And there's a good live shot of the field as the drill teams are coming on. And it's going to be a fun game. I mean, this is a battle between two teams still looking for their first win of the season in district play. And you see the King Mustangs are getting ready to come out. And, of course, across the way, here come the Moody Trojans. What a contrast in teams. You got the team there in white. They like to run the ball. And the team in green, they'll throw the ball 45 times tonight. I'm Alan Harwell with Larissa Liska, and we'll hear from Drew Bishop down on the sideline shortly. But I know that, Larissa, you picked this game long before the season began. We didn't know what the records would be back then, but these two teams have not given up on their season.
They have not, and I talked to King earlier this week. I know their record's not the best. They're looking for their first win of the season, but they've been really looking forward to this game right here. The defense does a great job, they told me, of stopping the run, so we'll see that tonight against the Moody Trojans. And like you said, King does a great job passing the ball. Their quarterback, only a sophomore, Tatum Emerson, has 2,247 yards. That's a school record. Damon Smith has 1,125 reception yards. That's a school record. So they're already throwing the ball way more than they normally have, so they have an exciting offense. Meanwhile, you've got Moody, led by Romeo Castillo, with 692 yards, and they have three other guys with over 300 rushing yards. It's all rushing for Moody, like you said, so it's going to be exciting. But I will make a point. Well, you will see one of the guys, Caden DeFore, number 6 for the Moody Trojans. He has a club on his hand. He's not out there now, but he's on the far sideline. And he actually has been out the majority of the season. He hurt his hand, I believe, in the Tolosa Midway game, but he played in the next game. Then he was out for 5 games, made it back last week against Ray. That's when he scored his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season with the club cast on his hand. But he is back, and he's ready to go.
Well, he does make a big difference. There's no doubt about it. He's just a junior, but already been offered at UTSA. And I imagine, Larissa, next season, when he's able to go 100% and then really put up the numbers, he'll get some offers from many, many other schools as well. So you see the two teams out on the field, and the Moody Trojans have won the toss. They'll defer. Every team does that these days, it seems like. And, of course, the Mustangs will get the ball to start this football game. On a great night for football, it's 68 degrees. And not really a whole, where's the flag? Yep, the flags are not moving whatsoever. And so the wind should not. Now, if it was last night, it would have made a big difference.
Last night, the wind was howling. So it's a great day tonight.
Yes, absolutely. So, again, this is two teams that are just, night and day difference with Moody. All they do is run the ball, and all King pretty much does is throw the football. And you're going to see Moody try to go 6-8 minute drives. King will get the ball. They'll try to score quickly. So we'll see what happens. Last week, King lost to Miller 70-18. I believe the Miller quarterback set a record in that game, right?
He did.
9 touchdown passes.
9 touchdown passes. No other Miller Buccaneer has done that. And, in fact, it's the second most in Coastal Bend history behind Travis Quintanilla from Refugio.
Moody lost to Ray last week, 55-21. They, of course, are led by their longtime head coach, Mike Cantu, who I used to cover back when he was a baseball player back in the day. He made it big in the minor leagues, and he was a star. But found out that, you know what? I can make more money being a head football coach than playing baseball. So he became a head football coach.
And his Moody Trojans are not out yet because they need a little bit of help. Of course, they've got to win tonight against King. They've got to win next week against Carroll. But the big game tomorrow is Ray versus Carroll. If Ray beats Carroll, that helps Moody's chances. If Carroll beats Ray, I don't want to say Moody's out of it, but it will be very slim chances if so. So, again, Moody's got to win tonight. They got to do their job. Then they got to rely on Ray to give them a little bit of help, and then they battle Carroll next week.
All right, here we go. We got Urim Balboa, soccer player. is out to punt it off, kick it off. There he is, number 27. Again, on a perfect night for football. 68 degrees, no wind. And we are about to get this game underway at Cabot Field. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here. Game Night South Texas, brought to you by, as always, Thomas J. Henry. The ball will go through the end zone, and the Moody Trojans will come out. And we'll see how Mr. DeFore does here early on. He's, this is a young man who, listen, we talked about his injury. Had he been able to play the entire season, there's no telling what kind of numbers he could have racked up, without a doubt. Again, he's just a junior, 43 carries. He's got 326 yards, 3 touchdowns. And this is what they list him as, a dynamic running back and playing through wrist injury with a cast on an arm, but remains the most explosive offensive weapon.
But we will have to wait because King is up first.
That is right. King will have the ball first. So here we go. Quarterback Tatum Emerson. He only weighs 121 pounds. And he'll go deep, way downfield. We'll see a lot of this tonight. And he overthrows his intended receiver.
Coach Cantu told me this week, he said, our guys are good at stopping the run. But this week, he knows King likes to pass. He said, so we'll try to find blitzing a D-line if we can. And that's just what they're not used to. So we saw the jump off sides. Tatum Emerson, a young sophomore quarterback, took advantage of that. He knew he had the free play. Just throw it downfield. Try to give your guy a chance to catch it. So now it's going to be 1st and 5, ball on the 30-yard line.
Well, he was trying to get Frank Garcia, another sophomore.
Their second leading pass reception.
All right, here we go. Second down. Actually, 1st down and 5. And they'll go. Ooh, we had a face mask there. There is the flag. And we have a fumble on the play. And Moody says they've got it. But I believe this may be a face mask call against the Moody Trojans. We'll see. But an early turnover here by the King Mustangs. Let's see if it holds up. Let's take a look at the replay. Let's see exactly what happened there. Miracle Method, Service Refinishing tonight. Going to help us out with all the replays. And you'll see a rare run here by the Mustangs. And let's see what the call is here. And the call will go against the Moody Trojans. Face mask, 15-yard penalty. So King Mustangs will keep the football. And they'll move it all the way up to the 45-yard line. So that's where the Mustangs will set up shop here. Early in the ball game, just underway.
That's already 20 yards of free yards for the King Mustangs. Moody penalties. So we'll see what King can do now. 1st and 10, ball on their own 45-yard line.
And they'll take any kind of help they will get. They'll go to the ground, and a nice little pickup of about 7 yards. That's Jordan Davis. He's a junior.
He actually leads the King rushing attack. But again, we talked about how much of a passing team they are. This is how much he leads in rushing attack. 300 yards and 1 touchdown this year for Jordan Davis.
There you go. 2nd down and 6 officially. That's a 4-yard gain now for the Mustangs. And Emerson will throw it. And incomplete.
He had no time. The Moody blitz was fast on that one. They did their job just right, attacking Tatum early again. He's just a young sophomore. And his top target, who we have not seen him throw the ball to yet, is actually on the far side, number 1. That is Damon Smith. Again, I said he broke the school record with 1,125 reception yards. He's got 9 touchdowns this year. But, man, Moody's D-line has not given Tatum much time to throw that ball.
All right, he'll get another chance here on 3rd. Bad snap over the head, and all Emerson can do is just jump on it. It'll be 4th and long, and they'll be forced to punt now. Well, they had some penalties that helped them on that drive, but they couldn't help themselves. And it will now be 4th down and long. And they'll be forced to punt here.
If you're watching it live on our sister station, KDF, or on our website, but you have some friends who don't have KDF and want to watch the game, tell them to go to our YouTube page. It's on Chris 6. You go to our live, and that's how you can watch this game. I'll put the link on my Facebook page.
All right, here's the game. Ooh, almost blocked. But the kick is away. It's look, a good roll here down to about the 15-yard line.
But wow, Romeo Castillo, their athlete, picks it up. He's trying to get some extra yardage. Look at him go.
He'll get to the 30, 35, 40, finally run out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. As a coach, you don't really want him picking up that football in that situation, but he felt like he could make something happen, and he did.
If anybody can, it's Romeo Castillo. Again, he's led the team so far this year in Caden DeFore's absence with 692 yards and 7 touchdowns. He just celebrated a birthday this week on Tuesday, And I know they were all very excited for him.
Larissa, let's take a look at it, and you can see I almost blocked it.
That was close. And then, like you said, the good roll miracle method just showing us that great punt. Hey, it was close.
All right, here come the Trojans now. 1st and 10 now from their own 46-yard line. We're just underway. 10:18 to play here in the first quarter. And here comes quarterback Landon Trevino. And he'll fake the pitch. He'll hand it off. And they'll get about 6 yards on the play. That's number 7 carrying the football. And that, of course, is Dylan Prado, who I believe started out as the quarterback this year. They moved him to running back.
That is correct. You know, they needed to, because when Caden DeFore went out, they needed to put one of their top athletes with the ball.
2nd and 4, look out. This is Romeo Castillo. He'll break it all the way down to about the 21-yard line. Nice run there by Romeo Castillo. That's a good play call by the Moody Trojans. They'll huddle. They will not huddle up. They'll rush up to the line of scrimmage. That's an Allen Samuels first down. So they'll quickly hike the ball here on the 21-yard line. And once again, they'll keep it on the ground, and DeFore with the run, he'll get it to the 16-yard line.
If you see his cast today, he's wearing a blue cast. Last week when I saw him, I believe it was a yellow cast. He, tapes it up for every game. He tapes it up for every practice. And, it's tough to hold on to that football, but he does a great job of grabbing the rock, tucking it in. I think I saw a fumble last week, but it was his first game back. He was getting used to it. It's probably really hard at that speed. They do a lot of chaos in the backfield with that
Second down and 6 now for the Trojans. And they'll
there goes
run the
Romeo
ball on every play. This is Romeo Castillo. Romeo will get it inside the 15 down to about the 40. That's about a 3-yard gain. So it's going to be about 3rd and about 2 or 3 yards. Imagine the Trojans are in 4-down territory here. You saw they were in the hurry-up offense early in the drive. Now they've gone back to they're slowing it down a little bit.
It's 3rd and 3, ball on the 15-yard line.
Plenty of time on the play clock, 28 seconds. All right, so here comes Trevino under center. Barking out the signals.
Caden DeFore gets the pitch.
He'll pitch it out to DeFore, and DeFore will take it down inside the 5, and he'll finally get wrestled down to about the 3 or the 2. It's a first down for the Trojans. It'll be 1st and goal now inside the 5-yard line. So we have a Allen Samuels first down. And again, this is what Moody does. They run the ball 99.9% of the time.
You've got to imagine tonight, Caden DeFore is probably when he gets the rock, he's probably going to want to run to that right side a lot because his cast is in his left hand. If anything, he can do a stiff arm, but it's really hard to tuck that ball with that cast. So he wants to hold it with that right arm and protect it.
All right, here we go. 1st and goal from the 2. Trojans running clock, 8:07 to play here in the first period. This is their opening drive. And this is Romeo Castillo, and Romeo is in for the easy score. No, that's number 7 who ran the ball that time. I apologize. Dylan Prado, who gets the touchdown for the Moody Trojans. That made that look easy, but we do have a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is here. Officials will huddle up and talk about it. I didn't see exactly what happened as far as penalty is concerned.
Oh, looks like I know they're talking to the King coach on the sideline.
They're going to wave it off. There is no flag on the play. That is a Moody touchdown. So Dylan Prado gets the Trojans on the board early with the 2-yard touchdown run. And the Trojans will come in now to try the extra point.
Head coach Cantu just said Prado can play anywhere. He plays on defense. He plays on offense. He's just an athlete for the Trojans.
Every team needs a Dylan Prado. The kick is up, and it is good. So with exactly 8 minutes left to play, the Trojans score their opening drive. They take the early 7-0 lead. Game Night South Texas, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, rolls on after this quick timeout. Trojans score on their opening drive. They take the early 7-0 lead. In case you just joined us, I'm Alan Harwell, along with Larissa Liska. We'll be joined by Drew Bishop on the sidelines here momentarily. But the Trojans take it down the field in under 2 minutes. All run plays, that's what they do. And very impressive after a nice punt return from Romeo Castillo. And now the Trojans will kick off for the second time tonight as Urim Balboa is in to kick it from the 40-yard line. Again, a great night for football. 67 degrees, hardly any wind tonight.
One thing I want to see this drive, can King counter that Bishop? I got a Bishop volleyball score, so my mind's all over the place. But that Moody blitz, they did a great job on that opening drive.
Squib kick, it's returnable. And here come the Mustangs, 20, 25, and they'll get up to about the 29-yard line.
That was Jordan Davis, the running back, fighting for yards for the King Mustangs.
Let's go back and take a look at the touchdown run by the Moody Trojans, if we can. Dylan Prado, number 7, Miracle Method, bringing you that replay. Simple handoff, just no way you can stop it. And he'll just crash through and scores standing up.
You know, when Moody's 2 yards out, like you said, that's tough to stop. They've got, good blockers up front. Maybe if it was 5 yards out, it'd be a little easier, but it's tough.
All right, here comes Emerson at quarterback.
And there's Davis
once
with the
again, they'll
handoff.
keep it on the ground. A little bit of a surprise here. You don't see King run the ball that much, but tonight they must have seen something. Let's head down to the sidelines, check in with Drew Bishop. Drew, what you got for us?
Hey guys, down here on the sideline, got a close-up view of that first touchdown for Moody. Great start for the Trojans. Dylan Prado was flagged after the play. It looked like he took off his helmet,
I'll ask
but he
him-
fled his
I'll
kick
ask
with
him
the
in
referee
commercial if I
instead. It was ripped off. I caught the helmet, and so the refs pulled the flag back, and they were able to sort that out. Prado not flagged for that. He just caught his helmet, not ripped it off. We'll see if Moody can continue to pound the rock this way, and we'll see if King can respond through the air. Back to you, Alan and Larissa.
All right, thank you, Drew. Appreciate that report. 3rd down and 8 now for the Mustangs from their own 31-yard line. All right, here we go. Back to pass is Emerson. He's in trouble, and he gets sacked. He's sacked at the 28-yard line. Just nowhere to run. It will now be 4th and long for the Mustangs. They'll be forced to kick again. So the Moody D coming up big there, Larissa.
They did. That's they did a great job on the opening drive, and that's why I wanted to see if they could do it again. I know King can throw the ball, and I keep saying it. It's a sophomore quarterback. He's very young, but he's been able to. It's taken him some time. I've gone to a couple games, and it usually takes him a couple drives. But once they start unloading, I saw a 40-yard pass a few weeks ago. They've got it in them.
All right, here's the punt, and almost another block by the Trojans. This is a really good kick. He'll get a lot of good roll here, and all the way down to the 23-yard line, and that's where the Moody Trojans will set up shop for their second possession of the game. So this got a few more Thursday night games tonight, Larissa?
We've got too many to count.
Okay.
I'll have to look. We've got 6 games tonight.
Wow, including this one tonight.
Including this one. So we've got a lot of games that I didn't expect to be tonight. I don't know if it's the official shortage this year, but there was a game that was originally on Friday, Goliad at Aransas Pass. That got scheduled for today instead.
All right.
I got a message today from Arlington Heights Christian that they're playing Coastal Christian. The big game is Flower Bluff at PSJA North for the district championship in 5A Division I. Veterans Memorial in that same district is at Buccaneer Stadium against Westlaco East. So there's a lot of great games going on tonight. Odom versus Banquetti.
All right, back to the run game.
Romeo Castillo running up the gut, and he's turning
Castillo,
on the Jets.
And he'll get out inside now. That King territory. Got a flag. I think we got a late hit on the sidelines. Add 15 more to this. Wow.
He has really taken on that leadership role. You know what's great about Romeo, though? He's actually, you see how he runs the ball, and you think, man, he's probably got a big personality, very spunky. He's a very quiet kid. I interviewed him this week. Very humble, very quiet. All his teammates were so excited to tell me it was his birthday. He didn't even tell me.
Late hit on the sidelines, another 15 yards now. Going to be marked off against the King Mustangs, and that's not good for a team that's not scoring points when you're giving up some penalties like that. So all the way down to the 32-yard line now is the Moody Trojans. And again, as Larissa mentioned, that was a great kickoff, a punt return again, or a nice run there by Castillo, who's this Moody team, I'm telling you, they're better than their 3-5 record by far, I think, anyway. 1st and 10 from the 32, and we had a fumble on the play, but it is recovered by the Trojans. It looked like it was Caden DeFore who was able to jump on the loose pigskin. Let's take a look at the replay. Larissa, you'll see that the ball will come loose here. Looked like they were trying to, a little bit of a trick play there. I think they were kind of faking a handoff to one, then it went to the other. And then right there, it kind of comes out of DeFore's hands. And then look at him. He's able to jump right back onto it. So they lost a yard on the play. So it'll now be 2nd and 11 with the clock running with 5 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the first period. So Trevino under center, and he'll hand it off. Big run here. That's the big man, Dylan Prado. And they may not get him. Well, they did a shoestring tackle down to about the 5-yard line.
That was Martin Garcia that saved the day because Prado I thought he was going to take it on the outside. He's just got a burst of speed again, and we keep saying it's just that athleticism. Once the O-line opened up the gap, then he was able to go and get that Allen Samuels first down.
So Dylan Prado on the run. He's had some good runs. Romeo Castillo has had some good runs tonight. And DeFore is waiting to break one big. That's only a matter of time. All right, here we go. 1st and goal from the 5 for the Trojans. Got the running game going here. And they'll hand it off.
It's Castillo again.
And Castillo smelling end zone, but he's not going to find it yet. He'll be a little bit short.
They got a chunk of change, about halfway there, about 2-yard gain.
And Prado is limping off the field. Not sure what happened there, but he's going to take himself out of the game.
He's talking to head coach Michael Cantu on the sideline. But you know what? He's done a great job, but you still got Caden DeFore, Romeo Castillo. They told me they've got 6 different guys that can run with the ball and surprise you at any moment.
Absolutely. They got a stable out there of good running backs. 2nd and goal now. Ball resting at the 3. And the quarterback will keep it, and he's
going to be short.
Yeah, maybe about the 1 perhaps.
But you know what? It's 3rd and 1, and we've seen what they can do. Almost every single play they've done, they've gotten at least a yard. I think only that one trick play you mentioned, they lost a yard. But every play so far they've done, they've at least gained a yard, and that's all they need to punch it into the end zone. So I want to see, King has some size on that D-line. Can they find a way to push Moody back?
So far, the answer is no, but let's give him another chance here on 3rd and goal. And
it's just a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, touchdown, Trojans. As Landon Trevino.
That's an Aztec Chevrolet touchdown. Landon Trevino, that's the guy that had to take over at quarterback. He used to play quarterback, and then, like you said, when Dylan Prado had to get moved to running back, that's when they called upon Landon Trevino. And I asked Coach Cantu, I said, are y'all going to switch it back to Dylan Prado? And he said, no, Dylan, for 5 games straight has worked hard as a halfback, running back, what you want to call him back there. And so, we've got our system down with Landon Trevino leading the charge at quarterback.
All right, now try for the extra point. This is Yeshua Ramirez, Jr., and we have a timeout called. Interesting. Timeout called by the Moody Trojans, Larissa, here as they attempt the extra point. I don't think they had enough players out on the field.
That'll do it. That will do it.
Let's go back to some of those other games you were talking about tonight. What are you looking for tonight? Anything in particular that stands out?
So the big game tonight is a game we're not going to be able to air highlights of tonight. We'll have a score for you tonight, but we're going to try to get the highlights tomorrow. It's Flower Bluff at PSJA North. That is for the district championship on the line.
Seems like Flower Bluff plays every Thursday night.
They have played a lot of Thursdays. Last week they were Thursday at home, which no one else uses their field, so I was kind of shocked they were on a Thursday. But they've had a lot of Thursdays this year, and if they've been on Friday, they've been in the Valley on the road, and we just can't travel that far until playoffs start. So it's been a challenge this year, but Flower Bluff's doing a great job, and that's going to be a big game for them because I saw Vets play PSJ North at Buccaneer Stadium a few weeks ago, and Vets kept up with them for a bit, but once PSJ North got on a roll, they're just very physical.
All right, here's Ramirez now in to try the extra point, and he is now
it's
2 for 2.
Good.
Yes, absolutely perfect. 14 zip as you see on your TV screen right there. 3:14 to play. 14 zip Trojans. Game Night South Texas brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. We'll have more right after this.
Let's come over here and do the band.
All right, welcome back to Cabinets Field. You're watching Game Down South Texas right here on KDF Television. There's your score. We're still in the first quarter. And the Moody Trojans lead 14-zip. They've scored in their first 2 drives, and they'll be kicking off the 3rd time tonight. Mustangs have not been able to move the ball yet on their first 2 possessions. In fact, I believe they got negative yards, to be honest with you. And I know they've had some penalties that helped them, but they've had a couple of sacks. And so anyway, let's see what happens. So interesting, we have 2 different kickers, Larissa, for Moody. So we have Ramirez, who tries the extra points, and then we have Balboa, who kicks off.
He must have a leg. He can boot it.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see if they try a field goal, who would get that opportunity tonight. But these are 2 young men who are really good soccer players who come out and play on the football team.
Wow, what a dart of a kick. Oh, man, and Moody might have came up with it.
Well, they had it. Looked like one of the Trojans had the ball. 64, I thought, had it.
He just shot it like a soccer ball.
He really did, and the Moody Trojans did come up with the football.
Wow.
Kind of an accidental, we're going to kick this ball right into the jersey. Let's take a look at that, guys, if we can, and we'll explain a little bit more on how that happened, courtesy of our good friends at Miracle Method. Here it comes. Well, you got Balboa, who hits it.
Yeah, it just ricocheted off the back of him.
64 comes down with the ball at that point. Now, I'm not sure.
So 64 grabbed it, kind of bounced out of his hands a bit. I don't know if he actually hauled it in. It looked like there was a guy named 64 is way back here. He's on the far right. It looked like number 18. 18, yep, there he is. 18 came up with the ball, and that is Jeremy Amata.
Can the big hit of the game be a kick?
I know.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 now for the Trojans. Inside King territory on the 36-yard line. And Prado was back in the game. But
that's a big hit.
Yeah, there was nowhere for him to run.
I'd like to hand it down to Drew to see, though, what he thought of that Moody drive before. Drew, what do you got for us?
Hey guys, down here on the sideline, great turn of events for Moody there as an accidental onside kick looks to get bounced off a King helmet. But real quick, it's Halloween Eve. I want to show you the King band up here and all the costumes that they've got. We've got some crayons, we've got a Bob Dylan, we've got a PB&J. Of course, we've got our dancers here up front. So King really embracing the Halloween spirit tonight on the sideline with this marching band. We'll look forward to seeing them at halftime. But for now, it's the Moody Trojans driving down the field. Back to you, Alan and Larissa.
All right, Drew, thank you. That's a nice pickup there by Caden DeFore after Prado had lost 3 yards on 1st down. And then DeFore picks up about 10 yards on that play. So it's now 3rd and 3 to keep this drive alive. But I imagine these Trojans are in 4-down territory.
They just, what they do is just so efficient. You don't see many teams that just run, but they are just super efficient.
All right, so once again, Landon Trevino under center, and he'll hand it off, and that is a 1st down. It's Aiden Gallegos, I believe, who carried the ball that time.
The slot T just creates so much chaos, and Moody does,
Well, he's short. I'm sorry, Larissa.
Oh, it is short, but you said 4th down territory, though.
Well, he didn't get a good mark.
I know he did. 4th and 2 for the Moody Trojans. Ball is going to be on the 28-yard line, so they just need to get down to the 26-yard line. Who will get the ball? Will it be Caden DeFore, Romeo Castillo?
Will the quarterback hang on to it?
We saw him get the touchdown on the last one. That's Landon Trevino.
A lot can happen here. All right, they run up the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 2 seconds. And they had to call timeout because it was down to 1 before he snapped it. So they didn't want to have to face a 4th and 6 or 4th and 7.
They had Caden DeFore in the backfield alongside Aiden Gallegos.
Well, we'll see what they do here. I imagine they'll run the same play. But again, they took too long to get out there to snap the ball.
So that's 2 timeouts. I believe that's 2. Or is that only 1 timeout used by Moody? I know they almost were going to take a timeout. Oh, no, King used the timeout on the first one. Was it King or Moody? One of them had a timeout on the field goal. So they've each used a timeout at this point.
Moody called timeout, which was very interesting that they would call a timeout on I don't think they had enough players on the field at that point.
I think so. So now each team has used a timeout according to the scoreboard. Moody 2, King 2. They both have 2 left. But Moody Trojans, this will be a big play for the King defense. If they can hold it down here, they just got to stop Moody from 2 yards. And with that slot T attack, that is very hard to do. But they've done a great job on this drive so far.
Now, that slot T is something that Coach Mike Cantu has really done a good job developing in that Moody program. So here's Trevino.
And it's Caden DeFore.
And DeFore's got a big hole. He'll get the first down to the 22-yard line. DeFore just waiting for him to break one loose. Alan Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram out of Ranz's pass, bringing you that first down.
You know, like those cars, he's got a turbo engine. He just bursts through the gap. You know, as long as the O-line does their job, opens it up, he just bursts through, and whatever chunk of change he gets, like, he's very, very quick, very, very speedy running back.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 now. And
it's DeFore again.
Just take your pick on who you want to hand it to, but this time the Mustangs knew what was coming at them, and that's going to be a loss of 1 now.
That was number 55 on the tackle. I believe 55 and 11, but 55 was Michael Martinez, and if it was also 11, that's Caden Stringer. He's their senior linebacker. I interviewed him at the beginning of the season. He also plays a little bit of running back, but I haven't seen him run the ball too much this year because he's more of a leader on defense.
All right, so that'll wrap it up here in the first quarter, with the Moody Trojans leading 14-0. You're watching Game Night South Texas, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. We'll have the start of the second quarter for you right after this. All right, there are the King cheerleaders. As you watch Game Night South Texas, we're live at Cabinets Field. Alan Harwell with Larissa Liska and Drew Bishop. It's 14-0 Trojans. And here we go to start the second quarter. And it's 2nd and 12 now for the Trojans. They have scored on their first couple of possessions. And look out, he is gone. That's Romeo Castillo. Oh, man, a shoestring tackle. I thought Castillo was headed to the house there, Larissa, but a great tackle there by the Mustangs. So the Trojans get it down to, they're about 3 yards now here on 3rd down. As Castillo, boy, he burst it out of there, out of the gate. But a good tackle there by the Mustangs to keep him from finding pay dirt.
I got some score updates. Veterans Memorial is up 14-0 over Weslaco East. It's the end of the first quarter.
I got you. All right. All right, Trevino will now hand it off to DeFore. DeFore up the middle.
And he's going to be close. From our angle, it's tough to see, but he's got it.
And Alan Samuels is happy with that because we get to say their name again. Alan Samuels Chevrolet first down. You can find them in Aransas Pass, Texas.
I also have another score update. Goliad is up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter against Aransas Pass.
All righty. It's now 1st and 10, and the Trojans can still get a first down without scoring. They're in no rush. They love to run the clock. 10 minutes, 46 seconds to go. And once again, it's Trevino under center. He'll be under center most of the evening.
And DeFore attacks the outside.
Around the left side, but good pursuit there by that King D.
That was number 11 again. I think he was the one that got the shoelace tackle. And that is going to be Caden Stringer. Yep, one of their, again, he's a senior. He's their lead linebacker. He does a great job. He rarely misses when he gets the tackle. Well,
they've done a good job on this drive. They've prevented a couple of long runs with those shoestring tackles.
And it took 4 downs for them to just get that first down a second ago in the first quarter.
Yeah, the Trojans are playing keep away. That's what they do. We're still looking for a big hit of the game. We don't have any nominees yet.
Not yet.
Not even close. All right, Trevino under center. He'll hand it off, and a hole here around the right side, looking, and brought down at about the 4-yard line.
Guess who got the tackle?
Your man.
Caden Stringer.
Yeah, he's leading the team in tackles right now.
With a little help, I will say Anthony Pettis, he got the initial hit, but then it was Caden Stringer who wrapped him up and stopped him.
I think Coach said, Stringer, you go wherever number 6 goes, and he's been doing a good job on this possession.
Someone's got to be a spy on one of the top players. And, you know, Caden DeFore, despite being out for 5 games, when his first game back last week, he had 141 yards rushing in his first game back with that cast. 1 touchdown.
They still get him 1 more year, And here we go with Romeo Castillo. Romeo looking, trying to cut
nice
back.
Dodge.
And they got him at the 1 yard line. Didn't quite get in there.
But that's an Allen Samuels first down.
Absolutely. Well, they are going to give him the touchdown. He was able to cross the goal line. It was close. We don't quite have the view up here that the officials do.
We don't, so then that's an Aztec Chevrolet touchdown.
And we'll take a look at that in a little bit. And once again, the Trojans will come on now to try the extra point. And again, that is Ramirez. Left-footed kicker. Line drives it through.
Ooh.
And it's good. So with 9:09 to play here in the second quarter, Moody stretches their lead now. 21-zip. They are in total control of this football game so far. Game night South Texas rolls on after this. All right, welcome back. Game night South Texas. Folks, we thought that extra point was good. It was good, but there was a penalty on the play. And Moody lined up during the commercial to try another extra point and another penalty on the Trojans. So now they're going to bring it back. It's going to be a pretty good, a little bit of a longer kick now for Mr. Ramirez.
And they didn't switch out their deeper kicker.
They did not. I was curious if they were. This is going to be a 30-yard extra point attempt now from Ramirez. Again, left-footed kicker. Good snap, good hold, and this man, he can get it done.
Wow.
Absolutely perfect there. So now it's officially 21-0 as Yeshua Ramirez, the junior, hammers it home. Let's go back, Larissa. Let's take a look at the touchdown run. And we'll show you exactly how he just barely got over the goal line.
Miracle method of bringing us that touchdown. Romeo Castillo doing a great job rounding the left edge. Nobody there. I think everybody just expected, Moody to run up the gut.
Yep. It looked like we thought maybe his knee was down before he crossed the goal line, but apparently not, because, again, the officials down there have a much better view of what we have up here in the press box. So Trojans, 21-zip, 9:09 to play here. The second period, they've scored 3 touchdowns on all 3 possessions.
King's offensive line has got to find a way to slow down that Moody blitzing D-line.
So now Urim Balboa will now come in to do the kick. Remember, he had the excuse me onside kick.
That's right. That was just an electric dart. Ricocheted off the King Mustang, bounced up in the air, free for all for the Moody Trojans.
Surprising, Larissa, you don't see more kickers try that, because it seems to work a lot.
It does. It's better than an onside kick, because at least you have a chance for it to bounce back.
Absolutely. I'll try that in the NFL maybe,
That's true. I have not seen that in the NFL before. We've seen some interesting things like the tush push, but I've never seen that.
All right, here we go. Kicking again from their own 40-yard line. There's a good look at the kicker.
And it's a dart again. It's a straight shot. Ooh.
And they'll pick it up.
Ooh.
15.
There he goes.
And
that's Anthony Pettis, I believe, number 5. He's going the whole opposite side of the field. Good blocking. Damon Smith trying to help him get a little bit extra yards. Ooh, the penalty with the big hit.
Yeah.
Just too far off the field.
I had 15 more yards to that return.
That's a big hit, but that's not a big hit that's going to qualify for a big hit of the game. So
come back at halftime. What we got? We got an interesting. Got some interviews. I got to get out of my chair here, I think.
We do. We've make sure if you're watching tonight that you do not change your channel, because it's almost Halloween. So you know what that means. We've got some great South Texas haunts coming up, and there's an interesting special tonight. I definitely want to ask more about it. It's an investigation of the Burclair Mansion in Goliad County. So I really want to find out what can we expect without giving too much away, what goes into it, and I just want to know, what did they see? I watched some of the I'm not going to lie, I don't do well with scary, so if I ran into a ghost, I heard there's a ghost at the station. I've never met him, but I think South Texas Haunts did a story on him a few years ago. I think I'd panic.
Emerson back to pass. Throw in and out of the arm.
He was looking for Damon Smith, but Damon didn't run forward.
Yeah, Damon has not been a threat yet tonight.
But we'll hand this one down to Drew and see what he saw.
Well, thanks, Larissa. I hear you talking about South Texas haunts, and something that's pretty scary out here on the field is Caden DeFore and his big clubbed fist. It's about the size of this microphone if you wrapped this microphone with a few layers of toilet paper or whatever material. Now, he's running the ball really effectively with that club fist, but like you mentioned earlier, Larissa, he can kind of only run to one side of the field because he can't really tuck the ball in his left hand. So interesting to see how they've used it for. He ran for 141 yards last week. He's had a lot of success on the ground tonight. Let's see if he can continue it, and let's see if the King Mustangs can get on the board here. Back
All right.
to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, sir. That's Frank Garcia. That's the biggest play of the night so far.
And the first first completion for Tatum Emerson at quarterback.
And it took all the way halfway through the second quarter for that to happen.
But in Allen Samuels' first down, and here King goes again.
All right, they'll go back to the run game. Nothing there. Good tackle there by number 12.
Moody does a great job stopping the runs.
Cash Orgus.
And, King's known for passing. So I guess, they've got to mix it up to try to change things up, but I think their bread and butter is passing the ball.
All right, 2nd down and 10 now. And good info from the sidelines here. I'll fill you in on that in a minute. Oh, nice tackle there by number 18. That is Jeremy Amada. Nice tackle there by the Moody Trojans. Let me find my text message.
Here's a Miracle Method replay. Let's look at that hit again. Just throwing to the flat. No chance. Number 18.
Interesting. Some of the King coaches.
That might be a big hit.
Some of the King coaches are thinking that some of the Moody players are not taking a 3-point stance, and he's questioning the officials about that.
Ooh.
So let's see how that winds up playing out in this game. I don't know if they'll throw a flag on that or not. We have movement here on the King offensive line. They'll lose 5 on this play. So the Mustangs had a little bit of a drive going here, but now they're going backwards. So it's going to be 3rd and about 14 now. Obvious passing situation now for the Mustangs.
I have not seen Damon Smith catch the ball yet. I've seen him at games where I've been before, so you got to think he's looking at Damon Smith is lined up on the near side.
Emerson throwing it, and it's a catch. And
that's Aragon.
Yeah, Aragon, the big man, and he's way short of a first down. That was only a gain of about 3. We have another flag on the play. I think this one's going to go against the Mustangs as well. Let's see what the call is going to be.
I apologize. That was Noah Sriracha. I thought it was my friend Aragon. He's played baseball, so I know him. But he's a tight end, but I'm not actually seeing his name on my roster.
All right, calls
that
against.
Looks like him.
Yeah, you're right. Calls against the Mustangs, and Moody will not accept that penalty. So that'll force now King into a 4th and 14 now, and they're going to bring on. Well, let's see. I think they're obviously going to probably pump this ball away. But let's see. Emerson is still on the field. They're going to go for it. Now they're going to talk about it. Nope, they're not going to talk about it. So Emerson is going to throw the ball way downfield, looking for your man, and he's got it. So for the first time tonight.
Oh, no, he didn't.
He dropped it.
He could not haul it in. That was great defensive play by number 15, Austin Hernandez. I thought he had it too, Alan.
Damon Smith just couldn't quite hang on to it.
Miracle Method's going to show us what happened.
Well, interesting that they did go for it on 3rd and long.
But he had it looked like he might have had an offsides there. Golly, he had it. He just, the defender just kind of got an arm wrapped up in there and was able to kind of rip it out. King was wanting offsides. On that replay, I looked like Moody was offsides, but they're not going to get it at this point. They are not going to get it. It's too late.
Well, Moody will now get the ball for the 4th time here. They'll get excellent field position. They'll start from their own 38-yard line. Well, wait a minute.
But then they look like they maybe gained 5 yards, so maybe they did get the penalty.
Well, it looks like the Mustangs are going to keep the football after all here.
Well, it is 4th down. It's 4th and 8 on the 38-yard line.
Yeah, so it was.
So that penalty did count.
Yeah, it did.
I just didn't see a flag.
All right. Well, you called it. They probably heard you talking up here.
I knew I was frustrated. He's going to Damon Smith again.
It's the same play.
Oh, I got the toe. He got the toe drag. Wow.
So Smith, this time, is able to hang on to the football. And the Mustangs get new life after a penalty by the Mustang. King is hurrying up to the line of scrimmage.
Here's a quick replay, miracle method. Let's just look at that again. Tatum Emerson with time. Damon Smith, he got lucky on that one. A defender that was chasing him slipped up, and that freed him up.
Boy, he was wide open. That's about as open as he'll get tonight. Here we go. Mustangs on the drive here.
And there goes Jordan.
Yeah, there is nothing there. Maybe a gain of about a yard.
They've got 6 minutes left in this second quarter. They really need to get a touchdown here. If they can, close the gap, get on the board, then they're only down by 2 touchdowns. But then the defense has to find a way to stop Moody, and they have not been able to do that tonight.
Not yet, that's for sure.
Moody has scored on every drive.
All right, now we're going to have a timeout called. And it's the Moody Trojans who call timeout this time. So we're going to keep it right here. All right, let's look ahead to tomorrow night, Larissa. What you got for us? What's going to be on the Friday Night Fever?
Well, our game of the week is going to be the Miller Buccaneers hosting Gregory Portland. I believe GP is 7-1, and Miller's 3-5, but they won all 3 of their games in district. Miller, like last year, has the toughest non-district schedule in the Coastal Bend. And while they had to replace a lot of pieces, it gave them enough time to find their groove, and they're coming together at the right time. Again, undefeated in district, both teams 3-0. It's going to be a dogfight at Buccaneer Stadium, so we'll see if Miller, behind their freshman quarterback, they got a lot of veteran leadership at receiver, if they can somehow slow down the Gregory Portland attack, because GP's only loss this year has been to the Sinton Pirates. I'll be at Robstown watching Sinton battle the Cotton Pickers, and Sinton's done a great job this year as well. Their only loss has been to Cuero, so that's going to be an interesting district. They've got Rockport Fulton next week, but I'll be at and then after I leave Robstown with Sinton, I will be hopping over to visit you at Cal Allen. Are you going to be at the game tomorrow?
I will be there. Absolutely. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball on the 17-yard line. They need to get some points here right before halftime. Once
Smith.
Again, they're going to go to Smith. And Smith, he's a hard man to bring down. But they corral him at about the 8 or 9-yard line. That was kind of a dangerous tackle there. It looked like his...
that was a very smart play, though, because every throw that they've made to Damon Smith has just been almost like a go route. He's just been going. And that time, the defenders were chasing him toward the end zone. Then he kind of stops and, pivots, and then there he is wide open. The defense has already gone too far back.
3rd and 1 now for the Mustangs. And... they'll go to the run game.
Jordan's got to get some room. He's running the wrong way.
Yeah, he's not going to get it. He may have lost a yard on that play.
I would have liked to see, I don't think he's probably done it all year. I didn't look at the rushing yard stats that good, but I'd like to see Tatum Emerson try a quarterback keeper on that 3rd and 1. They actually lost about 1 or 2 yards on that play. It's going to be 4th and 2, ball on the 10.
Now let's see what the Mustangs have up their sleeve here. We've got some movement on that Moody sideline. Throw it in the end zone, incomplete, but I think this one is going to be called against the Trojans.
I do have some more games if you'd like to hear all the games.
For Friday night?
For Friday night. The big game is here at Cabinets as well. Carroll versus Ray, another big game in this district. We're going to get Edna at West Oso, and then another game, because I need to get the top-ranked team in the state. We're going to get Skidmore-Tynan versus Refugio.
You got to get those guys. Meanwhile, it was called against the Moody Trojans. Automatic first down for the Mustangs. It's a huge penalty against the Trojans. 1st and goal now.
That's the one thing that's hurt Moody in this game. When you go into halftime, you look 21-0. It's been the penalties. He's got a man in motion.
Yeah, Emerson will drop back. Got a man wide
Damon
open.
Smith!
And Smith calls it in for the easy King Mustang score. And they are on the board. The Goose Eggs has been erased.
An Aztec Chevrolet touchdown from 5 yards out. I've been waiting. I told you the Emerson connection with Damon Smith was going to happen. And I've been at games before. I've seen that it's taken them a couple drives to get there. They're both young. Damon Smith is a junior. Tatum Emerson is a sophomore. I interviewed him this week, and Damon Smith was so funny. He said, I'd never met Tatum Emerson in my life in August. He was just a scrawny kid. But, man, he's turned out to be the guy.
All right, Stephen Olenek into the try the extra point. It is no good, so it's now 21-6. Let's go back and look at the touchdown if we can. And there's Damon right there, good-looking young man. And you will see Emerson drop back.
It's wide open again in that corner.
Is that the Cowboys secondary we're looking at here all
right?
of a sudden?
I gotta give props to Damon Smith, though. You know how tall he is as a junior? He's 6'3", so he gets you a lot of size. He kind of has that CeeDee Lamb look, I think.
Well, and I'm a Cowboy fanatic, and that looked like the Cowboy defense right there.
They are the worst defense in the NFL, if I've heard on my podcast correctly. I know when I play fantasy football, if I have an offensive player going against the Dallas Cowboys, I must start them.
Of course, we have the number 1 offense. So.
That's true. So you got to give or take, right? High-scoring games for sure.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You cannot sit there and think that a 2 or 3 touchdown lead is going to last.
I got to see if my Halloween costume fits tomorrow, but I got approval that I can wear a football jersey, so I'm going to see if my Dak Prescott jersey still fits.
Why wouldn't it?
You know, before when I got here, I was riding my bike a lot, and since then I have not. Ooh, onside kick, though. They had a chance to fall on it. 14 from Moody did a great job holding on to it. That's Patrick Garza.
Well, I know you've been lifting weights, so.
I do, and see that stretches out the shirt, too.
Absolutely.
Let's hand this one down to Drew, though. I know Drew always works out a lot, but we got to see what's been working on the field today.
Hey, thanks, Larissa. And I don't know, Cowboy fans out there, do you remember a guy by the name of Dez Bryant? Big-bodied receiver that could catch those 50-50 balls. That's what Damon Smith kind of reminds me of, is that guy, you just throw him up the ball, and he's going to go up and grab it and catch it. They need to get Damon Smith the ball more. I mean, at this point, King's offense has been it's the only thing that's working for them. They haven't been able to run the ball, and it's been that Emerson-Smith connection that got them that touchdown on that drive. So let's see if the offensive play calling goes back to that formula on the next drive. For now, Moody has a chance to respond. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you, Drew. And while you were talking, we saw Mr. Castillo run wild on that play right behind you there. He picks up a big Allen Samuels first down. And congratulations to the Trojans on that nice run by Mr. Castillo. They try to answer King's score. Remember, Moody has scored every time they've had the ball so far, so they're trying to keep that alive here. But you know what, Larissa, here we go. We got 4:23, and Moody still not in any kind of hurry because they got plenty of time, and they still have 1 timeout.
There's Caden DeFore. I can tell from the cast. He broke a tackle, and he's got speed and blockers.
He's gone. He'll take it to the house. That's an easy touchdown run for Caden DeFore, 37-yard run.
An Aztec Chevrolet touchdown from Caden DeFore.
Well, that was what a 2-play drive. You had Roman Castillo who broke it for 17, and then you had DeFore break it for 37 more for the easy score. And boy, I tell you what,
Caden's just really happy to be back and helping his team. That's what he was really excited about this week. You know, I asked him, I said, what was that feeling like for you getting back out on the field? And he said, welcoming. Felt great to be back. I just want to help my team win. And, you know, again, they're not out of playoffs just yet. They win tonight. They need help from Ray, and it could come down to next week.
All right, kick is up, and it is good. So now with 4:04 to play, Moody is up now 28-6. Let's take a replay look at that last touchdown by Caden DeFore. And had a picture of Roman Castillo there, but let's see. So this is DeFore, though.
He ran all over the field because he's running right.
Yeah, he avoids a would-be tackler, then rolls left, and then there's just he's waiting for somebody to make a tackle, but there's just nobody there.
Great lead blocking. One of the guys you saw in your image there, number 55, Nick Almaguer, he did a great job of, being ready and just blocking downfield and making it easy 4-4. That was one of the easiest runs we've seen from Caden.
Yeah, it really was. All right, we'll remind everybody coming up at halftime, we'll have both bands. We'll have your HEB highlights. We'll have a couple of other things going on as well. You got your live interview here in the press box as well. Got one more game next Thursday night. We'll be over at London when the Pirates play host to Orange Grove. And that'll wrap it up for the Game Night South Texas version, unless we do a playoff game.
That's right. It's in the talks. I mean, they've asked me. I said, it depends on the matchup. It depends where they play. And, of course, I might like a matchup. They coin flip, and it's in the Valley somewhere. A lot of factors come into play, and then they both have to approve it.
Absolutely. And in years past, we've gone to Houston. We've gone to San Antonio. And you just never know.
I heard y'all went to the Alamo Dome.
We did.
For a Refugio game.
And the game we did in Houston was the game where Refugio won the state semis to go to the state championship game a while back. All right, here's the kick. And it's
another bouncer.
Yeah, picked up at the 30.
But he's got some room.
Running room. He's got a little bit to about the 30, 40 to about the 45-yard line.
I like the stiff arm. I believe that's a number 9 is what I'm seeing who had the ball, and that was Brant Winter. But let's toss this one down to Drew and see what he saw on that last drive.
Hey guys, down here on the sideline, Moody fans pretty happy about the lead right now and also happy about their potential district chances. Larissa, you pointed out in your preview this week that Moody, even though they haven't won a game in district yet, they're still not out of it. They can control their own destiny. They're close to winning, or they're on their way to winning tonight if they can keep this going. And then they need Ray to beat Carroll on the other side of things this weekend. And then, things kind of fall into place. If Moody continues to win week in and week out in district play, they're still alive for the playoffs. So the Trojans, despite having a slow start to the season, they could see some postseason action, but they got to take care of business here first.
All right, so depending upon, thank you, Drew, appreciate that. So depending upon what happens tomorrow night, next week, Larissa, your game of the week could be Moody and Carroll. They play next week.
It could be, but I will say I've got some better options.
Spoil the party. Come on.
I don't know yet. I will say, but my 2 options are Rockport Fulton at Sinton or Flower Bluff versus Veterans Memorial.
All right, nice catch across the middle. And that's a nice play there by number 8, CJ Regina.
1 yard short of a first down. But no, I've been looking ahead. That's not a bad option, but I know there's a lot of heat between Rockport Fulton and Sinton. That one's going to be a good battle. Rockport Fulton hasn't won a district championship since 2019. They're chomping at the bit. Sinton has lost 1 game. They don't want to lose another one. It's going to be a good one next week.
All right, 3rd and 1. Ooh, you saw him move a little bit. We ought to have the viewers vote on game of the week next week. What do you think?
We could.
But a lot has to happen again tomorrow night. So
It does. I know Rockport Fulton's on a bye. Sinton has Robstown. A lot of it depends tonight, too. Flower Bluff, again, against Veterans Memorial. Both of those schools are playing tonight. Flower Bluff's playing PSJ North as we speak. Veterans Memorial playing Westlake East, but that could be a potential game of the week matchup next week. I believe that one's at Buccaneer Stadium, I think. I don't think it's at Flower Bluff next week.
5-yard mark-off, 3rd and 6 now for Emerson as he'll throw.
Another flag, though.
And almost an interception. Should have been picked off. And number 19 is beside himself.
I will say, I could be wrong, but I think Tatum Emerson knew he had a free play, and that's why he went for that dart throw. But I could be wrong. It could be offsides on King, which I think I'm wrong. It looks like they're backing up.
Yep, absolutely. Penalties have killed both teams tonight.
I don't know if they moved anywhere. I take it back. 3rd and 10 on the 45-yard line.
The clock is running, 2:41 and counting. Mustangs trying to get some more points before halftime. They scored on their last drive when they finally got the passing game going. Here's a flip out to number 7, and he'll get shoved out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
That's Jordan Davis, the running back, showing his handles, and Alan Samuels first down for the running back. Good to see that the running back can catch the ball as well and, just add some more depth to this King passing game. They've got time, though, 2 minutes, 20 seconds. They're knocking on the door. They're on the Moody side of the field. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Emerson beginning to connect with his receivers now. And here's another one to Smith. And Smith will take off. He's looking for some running room, and he'll get tackled.
Just shy of a first down. Did you see those dance moves he had out there?
Well, I also saw Max Gonzalez all over him also. So he was not going to let him go anywhere.
He was trying to shake and bake and gain a couple extra yards.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We're at the 2-minute timeout. 28-6, all Moody in this game. Back with more. Game Night South Texas rolls on. All right, welcome back. Game Night South Texas brought to you by Thomas J. Henry's. 2nd and 1 now here for the Mustangs. They got exactly 2 minutes left. Emerson back, going deep down the sideline. Got another flag here. This one I think is going to go against the King Mustangs for some early movement again. And yes, so it'll go from 2nd and 1 now to 2nd and 6.
The pass was intended for Frank Garcia, his second leading receiver. You know, I got to give credit to Tatum. Entering this game, he completed 55% of his passes. He had 17 touchdowns. Now, one thing he's been working on, of course, he's just a sophomore. I keep saying he's just a sophomore quarterback because he is. He's a sophomore quarterback. It's like Miller. You got 2 freshman quarterbacks. There's some growing pains. He has had 15 interceptions in this game, and he hasn't thrown one yet tonight.
He throws one across the middle. It's a nice catch. Look out. We might see a big play here, and we do, down to the 10-yard line.
That was Brant Winter bringing the storm on that catch. Great job with the Allen Samuels first down, and now the King Mustangs are inside the red zone.
All right, that'll stop the clock momentarily, but now it's rolling again. 1:46 to play. King still has 2 timeouts.
Ball around the 11-yard line for the King Mustangs. So they don't have to punch it in. They just have to get past the 1-yard line, right at the 1. They got Jordan Davis in the backfield. No receivers. This is interesting.
And Emerson will go
to Smith.
Corner of the end zone. It's going to be intercepted. Boy, that.
Oh, I jinxed it.
Yeah, sure. Well, somebody did.
That was Romeo Castillo with the INT.
Yep. That ball was just thrown in triple coverage, looked like there. Let's look at the replay. We'll show you exactly what happened on that play. Just when it looked like maybe King might be threatening. They get the turnover bug here.
They weren't faked by the run look, and they know Damon Smith has been the hot target. They had 3 Moody Trojans in that corner.
Right into triple coverage there.
That was Miracle Method bringing us the replay there. So good for us to see that Romeo Castillo interception. He really has been doing it all.
Minute 21 to play. Let's see if Moody just sits on it here. If they try to maybe, I'd love to see them try to throw a deep ball here. One time, right? One time. Coach, throw it deep. Let's go.
They have, this year, 183 total passing yards.
Yeah, that was to 4. We got a flag on the play.
They have 183 total passing yards and 1 touchdown this year.
Okay.
But it could happen. Let's see the replay. Where did the flag come from? Miracle Method making it happen.
And it's going to go against the Mustangs.
Oh.
This is a 15-yard
Oh, that was
walk-off.
a face mask. That was a huge face mask. Yeah. You could see it there on that Miracle Method replay. Just his whole neck turned. That was Caden DeFore with the rock. He knew it.
Well, that'll move the ball up down to the 38-yard line. So a little bit better field position.
Coach is telling number 99, you cannot be grabbing that face mask.
All right, let's see what the Trojans call here on.
There's Romeo Castillo with the hesitation.
Yeah, there's nowhere for Romeo to run. We got another
flag, though.
Yep.
It seemed like 99 was in on the tackle again. If that was 99, that would be John Moreno.
And it was.
But this one looks like it might be going. King's saying it's against Moody. We'll see which way the ball. Nope. It's
another face mask.
Wow.
It's another 15 yards that'll be marked off.
Got to keep the hands low, wrap up.
All right, field goal kicker might be thinking,
we got a chance.
Another 15 yards here. I may have a chance to come in and knock one home.
Ball on the 47-yard line in King territory. Moody with 44 seconds left. The timer is ticking. They're taking their time in the huddle. They're killing all the time. They got 11 seconds left on the play clock. They better hurry at this point. Here's King on the sideline. He's trying to tell him, hey, we can't be doing these penalties, man. Here's what we can do instead. But here's Moody with the rock.
And they are going to throw the ball. They got a man wide open. Castillo got it, and he will score. I told you they need to try this. And Castillo on the touchdown pass, 47 yards. Absolutely perfectly drawn up by that Aztec Chevrolet Moody Trojans.
I mean, the top name right now for our player of the game is Romeo Castillo. What can that young man not do? He celebrated his birthday this week. He's already had 2 or 3 touchdowns for his birthday week. Got to give credit to the senior, Romeo Castillo.
Well, that's the play of the game so far, I think, for excitement for the Moody Trojan fans.
Especially considering they only had 183 passing yards going into it. They just had 47. What is that, 1/5 of their total yards this season?
All right, the kick is up and it is good. It's now 35-6 in favor of the Moody Trojans. Let's look at the replay here. Allen coming off this. Allen Samuels first down a moment ago, and then now the touchdown pass.
With Miracle Method, look at Trevino. He had just enough time They drew that play up perfectly for Romeo Castillo to have enough time. He's just too fast.
Well, he had to be licking his chops. He didn't want to give anything away being there at wide receiver position.
And only one defender to try to slow him down.
Yep. Well, kind of like the old Oklahoma offense. They didn't ever throw the ball much back in the day when they ran their wishbone. When they did throw, they would usually score touchdowns.
So let's see. Let me look at my notes, and let me see how many touchdowns Romeo Castillo has. He made it 21-0 with a 4-yard touchdown. This is actually only his second touchdown. Moody's been spreading the rock well, but what gives Romeo Castillo the edge is he got that interception moments ago that led to that 47-yard touchdown pass. 2 big plays back-to-back for Romeo Castillo.
So he's your clubhouse leader at halftime. We'll see how the second half develops.
Landon Trevino in the mix as well. He had a 1-yard quarterback keeper. He's the one who just threw that pass. And, of course, Caden DeFore, Dylan Prado. They told me they have a lot of weapons on that offensive side of the ball.
We'll be talking to that man here in just a few minutes, the King head football coach.
Another strike of a kick.
And it'll be interesting to see what he has to say here in just a couple of minutes.
And that's number 5 again with the ball, Anthony Pettis for the King Mustangs. He shakes off a defender. He goes on the edge. He's got a lot of time. He's got some room. Good blockers. He takes it up the middle. A touchdown-saving tackle by Moody's 58. That was Giovanni Obregon, the senior. Golly, I think, if he didn't get that tackle, King might have scored. 7 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's see if the Mustangs just heave it as far down there as they can and hope for a penalty or something. But we'll see.
And, of course, we've got our bands at halftime. They're ready to go. We've heard the King Band tonight. I think we've seen more of their awesome Halloween costumes. I really liked those earlier, as Drew Bishop pointed out. Got some good costumes. The Moody Trojan Band. Looking for them. They're somewhere out there. I know I see them.
All right, let's see what Austin Menor will call for his offense.
Emerson's got an arm. He's going to need a big one, though, with 7 seconds left.
Well, it should be the final play of the first half. Barring a penalty, we've already got a penalty. No, we don't. They just called timeout. Okay. King didn't like what they saw, and they're going to go over here and talk about it again. We'll hear from King head coach Austin Menor here in just a few seconds. We'll have both bands. We'll have your highlights. You'll have some special guests in the booth.
We got a jam-packed halftime. But we'll see if we can go into halftime with the King Mustangs somehow orchestrating a 48-yard drive with 7 seconds to go.
I'm sure they practiced that play. So let's see if they can pull it off here.
I've seen Emerson connect with Damon Smith 40 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen before, and it was at Cabinet Stadium near the sideline. You got to imagine Emerson's going to look for him deep in that left corner. Damon Smith has that 6'3" height. He's got actually 3 receivers lined up on the near side. It's Damon Smith, Travion Dyer, causing a lot of chaos. Moody's going to have to be ready with the 3 guys over here. And the O-line's just going to have to find some time to protect Emerson.
All right, Emerson in the shotgun, drops back, good protection, and he'll go down the right side instead. And the ball is picked off again by the Moody Trojans.
That was number 21, Ethan Wilburn, I believe.
Well, a strong finish by the Moody Trojans on both offense and defense here to close out the first half, as Moody has completely dominated this football game from the very beginning, up 35-6. Drew Bishop will have Coach Austin Menor here in just a moment as he awaits Coach to walk by, and we'll get his thoughts. And his team is down big here at halftime right now. And then we'll have both bands coming up here in just a moment. And Drew Bishop is walking over right now to grab Coach. And as soon as we get the camera lined up, we'll head down to Drew Bishop with Coach Austin Menor. All right, Drew, you've got it. Take it away, sir.
Hey guys, down here with King head coach Austin Menor. Coach, on that last play there, I noticed you talking with your young quarterback Tatum Emerson. What was your message to him?
Take better care of the ball. That was pretty much my main message. It was a simple it was a simple ball. It was a simple route that we were trying to get the ball to a certain receiver, and he ended up going to a different guy, thinking he saw something and wasn't listening to what the message was. And I just need him to listen to me and do what we were asking him to do. That's pretty much what the message was. So.
And you guys found success on that one drive with, Tatum getting it to Damon. What are you looking for in the second half to try to continue that connection?
Really, we're just kind of playing a little cat and mouse at this point because of the way they're playing the box. They're bringing the safety down to really kind of mess with our numbers, but we just got to see that and make sure we're inserting with our glances behind it, and we got to make sure we're trying to play the inside-out game so we can get our run game going a little bit to make sure we can get Jordan going as well. I think that really we're still in this game. I know it's a big drought right now, but we're going to get this thing going. We're going to get it going in the second half. So.
All right, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
All right, Drew, thank you. Appreciate that. Of course, we'll hear from head coach Mike Cantu from the Moody Trojans coming out to start the second half. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. It's 35-6 in favor of the Moody Trojans. Game Night South Texas, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. Rolls on right after this.
Welcome back to Game Night South Texas. I'm Larissa Liska. We got our halftime sponsor, Truckers Equipment, and of course our bands are ready to play. A lot of great Halloween costumes on both sides. This band, the Moody Trojans, let's hand it off. What a great performance by the Moody Marching Band. But now I've got a special surprise for you. You won't be able to see us, so you'll have to make sure you go to the Facebook page. It's for South Texas Haunts. I'm joined by Corpus Christi Spook Central co-founder and the host of South Texas Haunts, Monty Prescott. Y'all have a very special episode happening tonight at 11 right here on this channel, or if you're on YouTube, make sure you stay on. I got to ask, what is it about this episode? And tell me about the Berclair Mansion.
My goodness, we could be here all night talking about the Berclair Mansion. It is a 22,000 square foot mansion. The history alone on this location is spooky. There's 5 sisters, and every one of the sisters had to have the exact same thing. And the creepy thing about it is they all had a casket, and there was 5 caskets, all identical, in the attic.
Wow. What goes into making this production so you can showcase it?
A lot of hours of investigating, and of course, if you can imagine, if we set 8 cameras up and we're there for like 9 hours investigating, you multiply that, and that's all the video that we have to go through, and audio, and a lot goes into making this show. Without
giving too much away, what was the spookiest thing in the Berclair Mansion that you can share?
This is actually going to, for tonight's episode, it's going to involve Gilbert, who actually edits our show. He actually had a very shocking experience in the attic of Berclair Mansion, but I'm not going to give too much away. You're going to have to tune in tonight at 10 o'clock after the game. And then, of course, on Chris 6 Plus at 11, we're going to be in the chat room. So if you guys have questions, you want to talk ghost or paranormal, make sure to head on over there to the YouTube, Chris 6, and we're going to be there.
He did tell me a little bit about it this week, and he said it spooked him for sure, but he won't give up. He's still going to keep going. So again, tonight at 11, but this isn't the last episode. What more can we look forward to?
Well, we got the Harbor Playhouse episode coming up, and we also have Fright Night Haunted House, one of the scariest and most haunted houses in Corpus Christi.
Wow. So what makes that one so scary?
Well, it's the downtown area, not to mention it's right next to the House of Rock, which was the first funeral home of Corpus, so it's got a little bit of a residual haunting. Plus, it was an old hotel. There's a lot of stories to it. But again, I don't want to give too much away. I want people to tune in. I want them to experience that episode for themselves.
I got one more question for you. I think y'all have done a story at Chris 6 before. Can you tell us which ghost you found there? I know that's an episode we could find on YouTube, I'm assuming.
It is on YouTube. It's actually on the Chris 6 YouTube channel. And we found a lot there. We actually had a camera get broke that we cannot explain. And we also had an apparition that we thought appeared in one of the offices upstairs.
All right, so you heard it from here. I'm going to keep an eye out when I'm late at night by myself going home after this game. Thank you so much, Monty Prescott. Tonight at 11, stay with us, South Texas Haunts. But for Game Night South Texas, we'll be right back.
Hope you're enjoying the game tonight. It's Mike Taylor, Rudy J. We do a show called In the Building Sports Edition on Saturday mornings where we get into sports and whatever we feel like. So welcome. Thank you for letting us invade a couple of minutes of your time here at halftime. Halloween's tomorrow night. We've got a bunch of high school kids. We're watching play football tonight. When did you stop trick-or-treat? Like, when did you get to the point where it's like, okay, if I trick-or-treat, I'm going to feel kind of silly?
I want to say 8th grade was the last year.
Okay, so if you're a freshman in high school and you're trick-or-treating tomorrow night, something is wrong here.
Something is wrong here, and I reserve the right to tell you no.
Okay.
Like, get your hand out of my bucket.
Oh, like if some clearly old teenager shows up?
Yeah, some junior in high school shows up and with no costume and a white T-shirt.
Yeah.
Man, here, I might give him a shot.
Like bloody teeth or something?
Yeah,
I'll give him a shot.
Oh, I'm sorry. In Mexico, it's legal.
Well, in Corpus, not so much.
Not so much.
Man,
you got a costume?
Absolutely. I do. I don't want to tell you because we're
No, tell me. I want to just see it.
Tomorrow on our podcast, we have a special Halloween edition of our podcast that we do during the week, which is members only, by the way. Please become a member by going to the YouTube channel and clicking join. You'll see tomorrow. All
right.
What are you doing?
I got a costume.
Okay. I can't wait to see what you roll with.
I don't know. I got a costume.
I like the outfit you have on tonight. I like the 1980s youth coach.
Yes.
You look like generic coach guy.
This is Pony. Y'all remember Pony?
That. No, a lot of these kids don't, but their dads do. Pony was the you know what.
Absolutely.
I love the generic 80s glasses. You look very cool, but you look very 80s high school coach.
I can dig it.
Love that.
Appreciate that.
That guy looking at me, I would do what he told me. All right, that's it. Watch us on Saturday morning for our show. Enjoy the second half coming down next. Thank y'all. Good night.
Tell you what, Mike Taylor, Rudy J, they always do a great job in the building. Definitely check those guys out. But speaking of checking people out, look at these awesome costumes. It's the King Marching Band. I see a Power Ranger down there. And our halftime sponsor, Truckers Equipment, bringing us both bands along with some great Halloween costumes. I know in that last one by the King Band, I saw a peanut butter sandwich, so who knows what snacks I'll get at halftime. But we'll be right back. I know you're itching to see those first half highlights. Stay with us. Thomas J. Henry, Game Night South Texas.
All right, that was a great halftime performance by both teams, both bands, and some good interviews that Larissa had. And now it's time for the long-awaited HEB halftime highlights.
Favor brings the store to your door in minutes with HEB Now.
All right, how do we get to where we are right now? Well, we're going to show you right now. Here we go. Moody on their opening drive. They drove it down the field. It's Dylan Prado, and Dylan will find the end zone, and they take the early 7-0 lead on their opening drive. All right, to get the ball back, their second drive, it's the quarterback sneak. Landon Trevino hammers in 14-0. Moody on top. And then on the ensuing kickoff, interesting here, this is Yerba Balboa kicks it off one King player, and then it is recovered by the Moody Trojans. Just like that, Moody had great field position on the King 37-yard line. And that turnover, yes, would lead to points. And here is that point for you. It's Romeo Castillo around the left side, then darts back up finds an opening. And Romeo Castillo gives Moody a 21-0 lead. That was early in the second quarter. And then watch what happens here. King finally on the board. Tatum Emerson to a wide open Damon Smith as he makes the nice catch. They'd miss the PAT, and that would make it 21-6 Moody. But the Trojans didn't wait long to answer that touchdown with a score of their own. This is Caden DeFore, and this is what he does. Look at him. He avoids a good tackle right there as a great move. He'll go left, and then he'll take it the distance. That's a 37-yard touchdown run. This made it 28-6. And then right before the half, the only pass play of the night for the Moody Trojans, it's Landon Trevino, goes deep, and it's Castillo who makes it. That's a long touchdown pass, and the Moody Trojans, that's where we are right now. They're up 35-6 here at halftime. And those are your HEB highlights.
The HEB highlights, and wow, that interception to end it, that's how it closed. But again, we're at halftime right now. We wouldn't have all this possible without our halftime sponsor, Truckers Equipment, and of course those highlights by HEB Now. But we've got to talk to the winning team. Michael Cantu from Moody is alongside Drew Bishop. Let's hand it away.
Hey guys, down here with Moody head coach Michael Cantu. Coach, just for starters, a really impressive first half. What did you like the most out of your guys in that first half?
Well, I think we did a pretty good job defensively. We were real worried about their passing game. Of course, we got the whole second half to look forward to. But our kids played hard. Our running game is where we want it to be right now. But now it's the second half, and we keep the same intensity and the same attitude that we're hoping we come out and play well.
A point of interest for us, pregame and even now has been Caden DeFore and how he's running with that clubbed hand. Can you give us a little glimpse on, his strategy and what you guys have been telling him how to run the ball?
Well, we just try to make sure we've repped a lot of handoff during the week for the last 2 weeks to make sure he gets used to it, even going to his left, going to his right. We don't want to limit him. We even threw him a pitch to catch it. He caught it with one hand. But Caden's, he's a great kid. He's willing to do whatever it takes. And so we're just repping him in practice, trying to prepare him to take every handoff from whichever angles we have it, so that way he's comfortable doing it in the game time.
All right. Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, it's a happy Michael Cantu, and why not? His team is up 35-6 here at halftime. When we come back, we will have the second half kickoff. You're watching Game Night South Texas, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. We're coming right back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cavanis Field. It's Game Night South Texas here on Thursday night high school football action brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. There's your score. And here come the Moody Trojans now out of the Trojan, the big Trojan as they run out of, as they lead 35-6. You see some of the highlights of how they got their 5 touchdowns in the first half. And then this is King's only score of the first half. And they look to do more of that, they hope. in the second half. Again, it's all Moody by a score of 35-6. Both teams still looking for the first district win, and right now it looks like the Trojans are on their way to getting their first district win of the season. King's still looking for their first win of the season. They come in 0-8. After tonight, they will head to play. They will get the Gregory Portland Wildcats next week. Don't wish that on anybody. But that's who they get next week, and the Moody Trojans will take on the Carroll Tigers. All right, Moody, they won the coin toss. If you remember, they deferred, and they wound up kicking off, so that's why they'll get the ball here to start the second half. Their run game's been pretty much unstoppable so far tonight, and they've also had some good kick returns. But King comes out with an onside kick, and it is recovered, I believe, by the Moody Trojans. That was an excellent onside try by the Mustangs, but it looks like the Trojans do indeed come up with the loose football. And the Trojans will get excellent field position here to start the second half. So take your pick. A lot of guys have been making some big-time runs tonight. Caden DeFore, Romeo Castillo, Dylan Prado. They've all been in on the action tonight. Landon Trevino even scored on a quarterback sneak. So the running game has been there all night. A lot of great blocking by that Moody Trojan offensive line. So here we go. Second half underway here at Cabot Field. So glad you joined us here on Game Night South Texas. And Trevino under center. And he'll hand it off. And around the left side, of course, that's Romeo Castillo. Had a big first half, but this time the Mustangs are waiting on him. That's a big loss. It's a great play there by the Mustangs to start the second half. And they'll need some big plays like that to keep the Moody Trojans out of the end zone here in the third and fourth quarter. Officially, that was a 4-yard loss. It'll now be second down and 14. Ball resting on the 37-yard line. Again, Moody's only thrown the ball once tonight, and that was a long touchdown pass to Castillo. So when they do throw, they can be lethal. And again, this is a team that doesn't like to waste a whole lot of time as Coach Minner of the Mustangs looks on here at his defense. And back to the run game. That's a big run by Castillo down the sideline, and they'll finally wrestle him out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Romeo Castillo breaks it big and puts Moody deep into King territory down to the 29-yard line. So a good second play there by the Trojans here to start the second half. And again, they're never in any kind of hurry to snap that football. What Coach Cantu likes to do is run clock, keep the ball away from the opposition, try to keep the ball as long as possible. And when you got a big lead like they have now, they don't have to hurry whatsoever. They still have 12 seconds left on the play clock. And they'll run up to the line of scrimmage. 3 in the backfield. And this is Caden DeFore, and DeFore will pick up maybe 2, maybe 3 on the play. DeFore, of course, the junior, and lots of teams are looking at him right now. And I think the team with the inside track currently appears to be UTSA, but with a full senior year still ahead of him, a lot can change, especially if he has a big, big season, which we expect him to have his senior year. See the clock winding down, 9:51 to play. Second down and 9 now for the Trojans as they look to build on this lead. Castillo again on the run and kind of pick up a kind of sneaky 2 or 3 yards on that play. So it's now going to be third down and about 9 yards, it looks like. They didn't give him much on that run. So Trojans have been lethal on the ground all night tonight. And they've done a good job here to start the second half. But King trying to hold them off here on 3rd and 9. I imagine this is 4-down territory. And once again, they'll go to the run game, but not really a whole lot there. Good tackling there by that King D. So it's decision time now for Coach Cantu. It's 4th down, but we do have a King player who needs a little help getting up, but he appears to be okay, as does a Moody Trojan. So it's now going to be 4th down and 7. And he'll keep his offense on the field. And the Trojans, of course, will go for it here, up 35-6. Again, they're in no hurry. They still have 15 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to need 7 yards to keep this drive alive. And this is DeFore, and DeFore is going to get tackled in the backfield. Great play there by the King D, and they're going to force that Moody offense off the field.
That is, I think, the first time tonight the King defense has held off Moody.
Well, they did a really good job there. Castillo had that one really long run on that drive, but then after that, the King defense clamped down, and they will turn it over on downs.
Looking at my notes, that is the first time Moody has not been able to find the end zone on their drive. So we'll see. Coach Minner said that, he wanted to see a few adjustments in the passing game, so we'll see what Tatum Emerson has for us.
Well, let's see what number 12 dials up, but they do go to the run game early, and that, of course, is Jordan Davis. And
He's
Davis
got
with a
wide
big
open
run.
spaces.
Davis is going to take it to the house. This is going to be a long, long touchdown run. If you're a Mustang fan, you got to like what you saw there.
An Aztec Chevrolet touchdown.
Jordan Davis takes it all the way for the touchdown. It's a 71-yard touchdown run for Jordan Davis.
Wow. And going into this game, they had one touchdown run through, I think, 9 games played so far. Their first 9 or 8 games so far this season. Their second touchdown run of the season.
All right, so a nice start here for the Mustangs here to start the second half. They are on the board here.
That was a great burst of speed we saw from Jordan Davis. It all came down to the good blocking. He showed that he has some good vision.
They're going to go for 2.
He was just able to weave his way.
Going for 2 here. Remember, they missed the PAT last time. Emerson throws, and it's incomplete.
That's a flag all the way. Moody, number 19, just right at the end there, he kind of fell on the King player, and he didn't stand a chance. It was Giovanni Ordaz. I think he's trying to, he's been up against Damon Smith all night. It's very tough to try to stop him, and that's a tough assignment to be on, and he got the flag on that one.
Well, they'll move it half the distance down to the 1-yard line. Probably won't have to throw the ball this time.
Maybe Jordan Davis, if he can go 71, why not add an extra one?
Why not? Why not? Add to the highlights.
Jordan Davis is in the backfield for the King Mustangs, lined up behind Tatum Emerson.
Emerson in the shotgun. And he's got the handoff, and he'll get the 2-point conversion, I believe, or did he not get in?
I know he did not.
He did not.
Wow.
Looked like he had some momentum there, and then all of a sudden it just stopped.
For some reason, Jordan Davis gets the ball really far back there, I feel like. So he runs forward, but just not enough. It's crazy. But we're going to the break. We'll be right back.
35-12, your score. All right, the Mustangs come out and score here to start the second half. They've closed the gap now to 35-12. There's 8 minutes and 8 seconds left to play here in the third period. And let's see if the Mustangs try another onside kick, which they do not. It's just kicked straight to a Moody player who will jump on it at the 36-yard line. 35-12, you saw that Mustangs were unsuccessful on getting their 2-point conversion. And you see Coach Manner there talking to one of his players. So no give up yet on that King sidelines, that's for sure.
I do have a score update for you.
All right, what you got?
Quite a few, actually. So right now, Fremont is up 16-0 at the half against Riviera Coffer. Here's a fourth quarter score that I was interested in. Very low scoring. Flower Bluff is trailing PSJA North 12-3 in the fourth quarter. And then my last score update, Vets is up 28-0 at half at Buccaneer Stadium.
Caden DeFore around the right side. Got a lot of running room. Down the right sideline. He'll get a first down and more. It's an Allen Samuels first down. He's shoved out of bounds.
He's got to be, with that cast, it's probably hard to catch yourself, especially when you're tackled that far out. But he's a really tough dude. He looked like he was struggling getting up, but the coaches helped him up, and he's just running right back out there like nothing happened.
All right. Moody Trojans on the run again here inside King territory, 48-yard line. Again, they're in no hurry. They want to run clock off after seeing what the Mustangs did on that last possession. They still have 13 seconds left on the play clock. And Trevino under center. And he'll give it to, I believe that's number 20. That is...
he did not want to slow down.
Rigoberto Hernandez. Was it number 20 that got the ball there?
That is number 20.
Yeah, we haven't seen him tonight. And he's a senior. So everybody getting a little bit of playing time here this evening. That's a 3-yard gain. It'll now be 2nd and 7. And the temps dropped about 65 degrees now. Feeling good out there. Nice change. Now we just need some rain.
Oh, yes, we do.
Officially, it's 62 now here at Cavanis Field. And back to the run game is DeFore. DeFore is in trouble, but he'll break loose. He'll break past a
Jukes
couple
the
of would-be tacklers, and he'll be shoved out of bounds. And they'll keep the clock rolling. He's close to a first down. I think he's about 1.5 yards short. So
he's got electric moves. That juke move he made, that was just, he could have been tackled back, gained just a couple extra yards there. The simple, the little things that he does is what, like you said, that's why he's got an offer from UTSA, a Division I school. And he had that before this junior season. They've been keeping their eye on Caden DeFore for a long time.
3rd down and 1 now for the Moody Trojans to keep this drive alive. Again, they're in 4-down territory, as they usually are. And this is right up the middle. I think they're going to be maybe a little bit short. I do believe.
And on the last drive we saw that King was able to hold them off. Now it's 4th and 1 again. Can King's defense do it again?
Clock running, 5 minutes.
There's a 4th down marker there. You can see it's just that nice yard there.
Yeah, it's a full yard. 13 seconds left on the play clock. Plenty of time. And Trevino will hand it off.
It's Rigoberto again.
Yeah, and he gets a first down and more. That's a good call there. That's about a 4-yard pickup.
The other guys that we've seen get the ball, Dylan Prado, Caden DeFore, Romeo Castillo, they all bring a lot of electric speed, but it seems like Rigoberto Hernandez is the guy that can just rumble and stumble. He's their big power back, and that's why he was able to get that Allen Samuels first down on 4th down.
Clock winding, 5:17 left here in the 3rd. Moody trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're kind of faint, but they got a chance.
They're not out of it yet. Oh my gosh, big hit of the game by number 40 from the King Mustangs. He packed a punch. That's Mark Salgado, and he's a sophomore.
Well, you've been looking for a big hit of the game. And we didn't really have a great nominee yet. Had a couple possibilities, but here's your Miracle Method surface refinishing.
Look at him. He just burst through the gap, almost off sides, but he read that the entire time. Was that Romeo Castillo with the ball?
It was.
He knew who to keep an eye on. Oh, mama. Oh, get him an ice pack. Oh.
That's one of the better, I think, big hits that we've seen this year on Game Night South Texas.
That one was a big one.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Pitch back to DeFore. DeFore looking around the right side. Got a little bit of running room, but then the gap closes and not really a whole lot there. So it's now going to be 3rd and long now. Mustangs made some adjustments, obviously, at halftime. The defensive scheme, and it's working so far. They really only busted one big play here in the second half so far.
Because they really had some trouble stopping the run. We were talking about how Moody did a great job getting 3-4 yards, a play, and that's all you need to get a first down every single time, just methodically moving down and then breaking one every now and then. But King, like you said, fantastic job, 3rd and 12.
Actually lost a yard on that last play, so very unusual. Back to pass, got a man wide open. It's Castillo again, but the ball is underthrown. It'll be pass interference.
That was number 5 on that one, Anthony Pettis. He just didn't turn his head back on that play.
Had Trevino give him a little bit of lead on that pass play, I think that would have been an easy touchdown, but the ball was underthrown, and And because of that, we're going to have a pass interference.
You know, though, it's watching the NFL games, you sometimes see it. It's like sometimes it's better just to get the pass interference called and give up a touchdown. And it's a hard assignment when you're up against Romeo Castillo. If you're King, you're thinking, okay, well, the quarterback underthrew the ball, yet we get a interference call against us. So that was a big third down conversion as well. That's an Allen Samuels first down because of the penalty.
And that'll, keep King from getting the ball back after that long touchdown run. So here we go, 1st and 10. Ball sitting on the 21-yard line. And a handoff. And that's the new man in town. Again, number 20, Rigoberto Hernandez, is seeing a lot of action here in the second half. He picks up some tough yardage.
Moody up 35-12, doing a great job of, giving a lot of different. There's number 40 down for the King Mustangs. That was Mark Salgado, the guy who got the big hit. Okay, he's back up. He's back up. I didn't know if I was hoping he was not hurt. He's doing fine.
He gets the Tough Man Award also. So, but he is going to come off the field. We're going to take a quick look at him as number 77 comes on in his place, and that, of course, is Roma Rayo. So it's now going to be 2nd down and 5.
3 minutes left in the third quarter.
And Kings only had the ball, I think, that one time, I believe. It was on that long run.
71-yard touchdown run by Jordan Davis.
So Moody has done a good job of playing keep away here in the second half.
There goes Rigoberto. Oh, he shakes off a tackler.
Well, he did, but now he's in trouble. And 3 more guys, 3 more Mustangs are able to get him.
And I got to give some shout-outs to the cheerleaders. Look at them go. That's the Moody cheerleaders and the King cheerleaders. They helped me out by giving our Rally Credit Union rally towels, throwing them out to fans every game. I posted a picture with both cheerleaders. It's on my Facebook, Larissa Liska. And these girls, they just keep the spirit going. No matter the score, they show up and show out every game.
3rd down and 8 now for the Moody Trojans as they play keep away from the Mustangs.
Oh, burst of speed by Mark Castillo.
And Castillo
is
going to take it into the end zone. Boy, I tell you what, you just got to keep an eye on that young man. You just cannot let him loose like that. It's a 19-yard touchdown run.
An Aztec Chevrolet touchdown for the Moody Trojans. And that, I believe, is Castillo's 3rd touchdown of the game.
It is. I'll confirm it for you. And Castillo is got to be one on the top tier right now for player of the game, but it could still change. A lot can still happen.
He's got 3 touchdowns, an interception.
Now the extra point, as the Trojans have busted out now 42 points tonight, as they take a commanding 42-12 lead. 2 minutes left to play in the third period. Game night, South Texas. Brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. We have a flag. Not yet. We can't go to it quite yet. We've got a flag on the play. Hold what you got. Hold what you got here. And they may have to re-kick this thing.
Looks like a chop block. I'm not very good with the hand signals.
All right, they'll try it again. So
been their third penalty on the extra point. They had 2 penalties earlier in the first half on the extra point. Ooh, this one's going back far. Minus 15.
All right, so they'll mark the ball down at the 18-yard line. It'll now be a long extra point.
But when you got a soccer player.
Absolutely. This is going to be a 35-yard extra point for the Trojans. Yeshua Ramirez.
And it's...
just got over the crossbar. It just got over by about a foot, but it's good. And the Trojans now officially have a 42-12 lead. And Game Night South Texas will be back right after this quick timeout. I was wondering where they got the angle from.
Oh.
All right, welcome back. Game Night South Texas. Trojans just scored again to stretch their lead now to 42-12. Exactly 2 minutes left to play here in the third period as the Trojans try to pick up their first district win of the season. They came in 3-5 overall. They win tonight and win next week. They can finish at 5-5 and avoid a losing season. Now you got number 27 in kicking. It's Urim Balboa.
And he's been kicking line drives all night long.
He's done. Yeah, he's done his part. That's for sure.
There's another one.
And it'll be returnable. And the Mustangs looking for some running room here. 20, 25, 30.
Anthony Pettis
off the gut.
is off to the races.
And only the kicker can get him.
Nobody's going to get Anthony Pettis. Wow, he took that the distance, about a 90-yard Aztec Chevrolet touchdown.
Only the kicker could get him, but we had blocking in the back. And that blocking in the back came on the kicker. So they're going to bring the kick back. It's not going to count. I don't think he even needed to block the kicker.
No, he didn't. I think he would have made it.
Let's take. We got time to look at it now, or we want to wait till after the? They've already officially announced it's
Let's see
the Mustangs.
What the behind-the-scenes bosses say. They say Miracle Method will make it happen. Alan, you got your wish.
Yes, ma'am. All right, here we go. Here's the kick.
He's just fast.
Yeah, he does a great job. Well, they come up with some big plays tonight here in the second half. And then he's looking for an opening, finds it up the gut.
Right here. Look right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't need to do that.
Did
not need to do that.
It was kind of to the side. It's that extra push right there. I think it wasn't the earlier stuff. It was that extra push to the ground because that initial push, he was kind of on the side of him. I don't think that was in the back. But it was that he just kept pushing him, and that extra push got him.
All right, so the Mustangs will now get the ball on the 40-yard line. It's still they're going to still get good starting field position here. And remember, they're coming off that long run, touchdown run. So here they come.
You got to love that momentum, though. Even though it was called back, you got to love the energy that Anthony Pettis brought. Don't let him disappoint. Will it be Tatum Emerson connecting with Damon Smith on the near side or Jordan Davis at running back?
Well, it looks like he's going to go to
Damon,
and Damon's got it. Damon's going to get up to about the 30-yard line. So that's a 10-yard pickup. That's good enough for an Allen Samuels first down. So they'll move those flags or move those chains. Mustangs on the move here. And they need to score and score a lot and score quickly. And we got a flag on here. I think somebody moved on that King side. Yep, early movement. I'll mark off 5. So it'll now go 1st and 15.
I got to bring up a cool stat for you, Alan. It's we kind of mentioned it a little bit, but it's with Damon Smith. Let's see if we can pop it up real quick. 1,125 yards going into this game. That broke the single-season receiving yards record. He got that last week.
Well, good for him, but right here, there's just not any running room.
That's the Jordan Davis with the rock. And it's going to be, they're going to be way back there.
Yeah, they're a rare run here by the Mustangs when you're down 42-12.
2nd and 15, ball on the 35-ish yard, 35 and a half. No, wait, let me do my math. 34 and a half yard line.
There you go. All right, we got 3 receivers to the right, 1 at the top of your screen. And he'll throw it out to Davis, and Davis looking for some running room. And not a whole lot there.
He stiff-armed a defender, and that defender is taking some time to get up.
Yeah, they are still not even up to the original line of scrimmage yet. So it's going to be now 3rd and 12. Apparently there just wasn't anything open downfield.
Again, 3 receivers on the near side, including Damon Smith. But it looks like they're going to call a timeout.
Well, we have an injury timeout, looks like.
Oh.
I think for the Moody Trojans, I think that's what they're going to call here. So King will get a chance to talk about it here.
Hopefully the young man is okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a quick timeout. It's 42-12, all Moody here with 51 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Game night, South Texas. Looks like the young man from Moody is going to be okay. He walked off on his own power. I believe that is number 12, and that is Cash Orgus, who's seen some good tackling tonight. So 3rd and 12, and I would imagine this is 4-down territory for the Mustangs as they're trailing 42-12. So Tatum Emerson, let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Again, he's going to go to Jordan Davis on a little short pass. There's nothing there.
You know what, though? The Jordan Davis pass was a dump-off pass because Emerson was about to get sacked. He had to, but Jordan Davis now reaching for his hamstring. He's down. You don't want to see that.
Yeah, it might be his right knee also. I think he was touching both the hamstring and the knee, so I'm not real sure. But
I say Jordan Davis, sorry. I saw a 7. It's actually an offensive lineman. It's number 78 that's down, Diego Santoyo. He's a junior offensive lineman on that one.
So that'll stop the clock with 37 seconds left here.
The King Mustangs are facing a tough 4th down here. They haven't been able to gain any chunky yards. They're 4 yards back from their original marker. They'll need 13, 14 yards to get a first down.
All right, this is a good time to talk about tomorrow night. Let's go back and talk about some of your games you got tomorrow night that we can look forward to see on the Fever.
Well, I would like to add we've got some score updates.
Okay, let's do that first.
Because I just popped that up on my phone. I don't know if this is final, but Veterans Memorial is up 42-0 against Westlake East at Buccaneer Stadium. That could be final. I'll try to get that. Let's see. And then I've got another.
If it's a final, they're way ahead of us because we're not even at the end of the 3rd quarter yet.
Right, no doubt. And then one of our other scores, Bluff just scored. Wow. 4th quarter, 9:12 to go. And Flower Bluff is down 12-10. That is a very close game for the district championship, and that one is down in the Valley.
Wow. Okay.
That's going to be it. We'll try to get those highlights for y'all tomorrow night. I won't be able to air them today, but we'll have the final score for you tonight on Chris 6 News at 10. But coming up with our top games, we stay in the district for our game of the week. We've got Gregory Portland at Miller, both teams undefeated in district. So, I didn't realize this. I believe now I'm forgetting my stats. It's been since 2008, I think, since Gregory Portland has won the district championship outright. It's been a while. They won, they co-shared the district title, I believe, in 2021. That was Brent Davis's first year. But they haven't won it outright since 2008. I'll have that on the Fever. I looked it up earlier today. But I'm going to be stopping by, sitting at Robstown. Then I'll hop on over to Cal Allen. They're hosting Hidalgo. And we'll also have West Oso hosting Edna. We're going to get Skidmore Tynan at Refugio. And the big one here at Cabin is Carroll versus Ray.
Absolutely. So Fabian Salazar is being helped off the field. And he looks like he's in quite a bit of pain there. He's
78.
78. I apologize.
Actually, no, I can't read. I don't know.
It is 76, isn't it?
The hand is where it might be a 6. The hand is where it could be a 6 or an 8. Let's go with 6. Your vision's better than mine.
Well, I don't know about that. 4th and 13 now. Big play here for the King Mustangs. As Emerson in the shotgun. And we're going to have a timeout called, or do we have a flag? It's going to be a flag against the King Mustangs. They're going to walk back 5 yards. I never got a number.
I didn't either. He went into the tent. I couldn't see. He just went underneath the tent. I was looking the whole time where the hand was of his teammate helping him. I thought I saw 78 earlier.
Could have been. Well, I see a 70. I think I see a 78 out there on the line right now. I'm not sure. Anyway, It's 4th and 18 now.
Oh, and it's the end of the 3rd quarter.
That is. That'll be it. We'll find out who that young man is when we come back. It's 42-12 right now. It's all Moody as we head to the 4th and final quarter of tonight's Game Night South Texas, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Game Night South Texas rolls on here, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. And it's all Moody tonight, up 42-12. We're still trying to find out who that young man is who went into the tent. He was in a lot of pain. Could not put he could put anything on that right foot getting off the field.
I do have some more score updates for you. It's kind of the same scores I just gave you. Veterans Memorial is now up 49-0 with 9:39 left in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's fair to say Veterans Memorial will win tonight. The game that we were also keeping a big eye on is Flower Bluff. They're now down 19-10 with 1:19 left to play.
All right, Emerson is back to pass, and he's going to heave it way downfield for his favorite player, and David could not bring it down.
But we got the flag.
Well, there comes a flag way late. I'm talking 30 minutes later here. Let's see what the call is.
You know, Emerson showcased his arm 38 yards out. Like I said, I've seen him throw a 40-yarder. He's not the tallest guy, but he's got an arm.
I think this one may be...
Let's see if the Miracle Method replay, but it looks like they called it against the Moody Trojans. Let's see what we got real quick. It'll take some time for them to line up. Here it is, Tatum Emerson dropping back. He had plenty of time in the pocket. You know, the defender just never turned his head around. That was all it was. But like you said, he went to his favorite target, Damon Smith. They were on the 38. Now they're on the 28. Wow.
23-yard line officially, it looks like.
Oh, 23. There we go. 15-yard gain.
So I'm so used to saying back to pass, but he hands it off this time. And not really a whole lot there. Maybe a yard, maybe a 2.
That was a 15-yard penalty to move King down the field. Like you said, about a 1-yard gain there.
Yeah, second down and 9 now.
Trips left.
And Emerson will throw it, and
Damon
Smith has it this time, but they haven't really been throwing the ball deep a lot tonight. They've had these short passes.
At 6'3", you know, he's a good target to have. You know, and I've only gotten far passes at the games I've been to.
Those are the only ones that make your highlights, right?
Exactly. Unless it's for a touchdown. Short pass for a touchdown.
They're going to need 5, but Moody's going to call timeout. So Moody will use their first timeout of the second half, so we'll keep it right here.
If King punches it in, you know, you got to wonder, do they go for the kick or the 2-point conversion? They failed on the kick on their first touch, and they failed on the 2-point conversion on the second one.
I imagine they'll go for 2 without a doubt.
That's what their mascot wants. That's what the Mustang wants.
Yep, that's right.
He says 2.
Yep, I got the jersey on. So.
Where would you put him? What position do you think he'd play?
I'd say that guy is an offensive lineman.
Yeah, with 75.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
Had some time to think about it. The Moody sideline, King still discussing while they got time. Like you said, 3rd and 5, ball on the 18-yard line. Let's look where Damon Smith is going to line up. He's got the near side, 2 receivers on this left side here.
Mustangs need a big play here. 4 down territory without a doubt. Down big. And Emerson will quick throw, incomplete. Almost picked off. That'll stop the clock with 11 minutes exactly to play here. And they're going to have to go for it here on 4th and 5.
Been a very long drive for the King Mustangs. If my notes are correct, I feel like maybe I got behind. I don't even know. Is this still the drive where they had the kickoff return for a touchdown that got called back?
Yes, because then we went to a timeout, went to a commercial.
And we had a couple injuries. It has been a long drive.
Yeah, the changing of the quarter there. Emerson back, real quick throw.
He's got a man.
First down inside the 10.
That's going to be, that's Frank Garcia, his second leading receiver for Allen Samuels' first down.
The Mustangs keep this drive alive. Clock running with 10:42 to play.
Tatum Emerson it seems like he's doing a great job listening to what Austin Minner had to say at halftime, because everything seems to be clicking right now. And they're
going to hand it off to Jordan Davis, and Jordan Davis, a big burst of speed inside the 5. So it'll now be third and short. Or is it second and short? Second and short now.
Ball on the 3-yard line. Jordan Davis. He's got a burst of speed. That's where he gets the chunk of his yards, just rips through the gap.
And Emerson will go left. He's looking for a man, and looked like the receiver slipped on the play.
They were both kind of hanging on to each other. I know King won it, but, you know, watching it, they were both kind of tugging. And like you said, it was kind of almost he slipped, too. You can't really throw the flag on that one. Moody defense holding down the fort. I believe that was number 19 on that one. That'd be Giovanni Ordaz. Again, he's been up against some of the tough receivers. He's had to make some big plays, go up against Damon Smith, which is who he's lined up against now, the 6'3" receiver.
Third and goal now for the Mustangs. Emerson looking, throwing deep
wide open.
Corner of the end zone. Touchdown. King Mustang.
That is number 17, Frank Garcia. The Aztec Chevrolet touchdown.
So a nice drive put together by the Mustangs here with 9:54 to play. They'll come out and I'm sure will go for 2 as they've closed the gap now to 42-18. So Frank Garcia gets in on the action with a nice touchdown reception at the back of the end zone. Nice pass from Emerson. Put it where only Frank could catch it, and Emerson will throw it back of the end zone.
Oh, off the tight end's hands.
Could not convert. So
Noah Serrata, the intended target.
9:54 to play in the ball game. Moody up now 42-18. We're going to keep it right here. Let's go back and look at the Miracle Method touchdown.
And when you watch this, he was just Frank Garcia was just wide open from the gate. Look at him go. Nobody even goes toward him open in the corner. I was hoping the pass wouldn't get overthrown, and he was, you know, he was a little behind on the speed of the receiver, but he was able to still be open enough to catch that ball.
All right, so Coach Minner had to like that drive. I think they listened to him.
I think so.
On that one. We're only mentioning that because at halftime, Minner was making some mentions that not all the players are listening to what they're supposed to do, and but they apparently are doing their jobs now. You see, Coach Minner was there talking to his players. Next week, we're going to wrap up our regular season for Game Night South Texas. We're going to make our second trip to London. They're going to host the Orange Grove Bulldogs, and that could have some playoff implications. We'll see how all that works out.
Both teams are playoff bound right now. As of now, Orange Grove has done a great job. They beat Edna, so that helped them out. They did lose to Goliad, who seems to be the top dog in the district. I believe the order of operations is Goliad, Orange Grove, Edna, and London.
All right, let's see if I'm sure they'll try the onside kick again here.
And Goliad and Edna are both 4-1, but Orange Grove's ahead of Edna. They beat Edna.
All right, Mustangs get the ball, but did it go 10 yards?
Wow. They're giving it to King.
All right, let's head downstairs. We got Drew Bishop standing by. Drew, what you got for us?
Hey guys, I was never much of a math person myself in school, but 24 points, that's 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, so it's not entirely over for King. And on the positive side, Larissa spoke with head coach Austin Menner this week, and he talked about, you know, despite the fact that they're winless on the year, that their offensive output is something to build on as they move forward. Very young team, and even going into next season, that this offensive output can help them. So even if the game seems like it's out of reach, for King, it's all about building that momentum. Let's see what they can do with the ball on this drive. Back to you, Larissa.
All right, thank you. I totally agree. Good point there. All right, so the Mustangs, see if they can take advantage of that onside kick here. They get the ball inside their own 50. Emerson, left side, caught. Good hit, but the young man is able to hang on to the football. So a nice catch there by the King Mustangs. That was number 8 who came down with the football that time. That was C.J. Regino. So that'll move the chains. That's an Allen Samuels first down. 1st and 10 now from the 38-yard line. And Emerson will give it to Davis. Davis brought down hard by the big man for the Moody Trojans, number 56. That's Robert Garcia, the senior. Said, if you're going to run my way, you're not going anywhere. That's a loss of about 2.5 yards. So it's now going to be 2nd and 12.
I do have a final score. Goliad defeats Aransas Pass 42-0.
Wow. Would they start that at 5 o'clock?
Right? Well, Goliad does have one of the top running backs, Lamont Franklin. Oh.
Early, looks like the Trojans moved early. This is a free play and almost intercepted anyway, but
He was stopped hard in his tracks, though. Did you see the guy who jumped off sides? The King player held down the fort.
and we got a player down for the Moody Trojans.
I do have another update. Veterans Memorial is up 49-6 with 4:58 left in the game. They're at Buccaneer Stadium.
All right.
Oh, and we do have a final, Flower Bluff. Their first loss of the year, very close one, 19-10 against PSJA North. They did a great job holding down PSJA North because Veterans Memorial, they did good, but they gave up more touchdowns to PSJA North. So I think Flower Bluff's defense held down the fort. You know, the offense, this was a wake-up call, a very good defense. I said PSJA North, when I saw them, they're very physical this year. Dave Campbell's projected them to win that district this year in 5A Division I. So next week, Flower Bluff versus Veterans Memorial, they're going to be battling for the second seed in that district.
All right, that play was called against the Moody Trojans. It was a 5-yard walk-off. It'll now be 2nd and 7. And I believe that was number 4, Stash Salinas, who ended up coming off the field for the Trojans. Able to go off on his own power, but they got him on the trainer's table right now. They're going to take a look at him.
I'd also like to give a quick shout out to all the volleyball teams tonight. Playoffs started tonight. While we're not able to get any highlights or scores tonight with our football games, I just want to say good luck, and hopefully you can make it all the way to Dallas. King Mustangs, very big 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 here, ball on the 35-yard line.
And Tatum will throw it, and it's a catch, and it's going to be right at the first down marker, going to be awfully close.
That was C.J. Regino again. He's been the guy on this drive making moves for King. It looks like Alan Samuel's first down.
They're going to give him a good mark, so they'll move the chains. Alan Samuel says move them on down, so that's what they're going to do. Well, that'll mark the ball now at the 27-yard line. King got another good drive going here. Well, if they hadn't gotten behind so big in the first half, I think they'd had a pretty good chance here in the second half, as well as they've been able to move it.
It's just taken them a couple drives before they get that passing game going. There's the tight end again, and he catches that one.
I'll tell you what, he's a load to bring down.
That's Noah Serrata, the senior.
And they'll mark it at the 35. That was a gain of about 7, so it'll be 2nd and 3.
It's not often you have a guy with that much size that has great hands as well. But good luck bringing him down.
Absolutely. This is 2nd and 3 now.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
And Emerson is going to hand it to Davis. Davis fighting hard to get to a first down. He's close. He may be about a foot short. Yeah, they're going to mark him just a little bit short. So it's going to be 3rd and about a half a yard.
Bring out the note card.
Yeah. Only you and I can remember. We're old enough to remember that. Right?
Now they have electronic computers in the NFL that can just read
That's
it off.
no fun. It's no fun anymore. It was fun to see them bring the chains out, right?
I always liked that part. That was my favorite.
All right, Tatum Emerson trying to get his team back in the end zone here, and he's going to fake the handoff and throw it across the middle. Nice catch.
And it's CJ.
Another King touchdown.
18 yards. That's an Aztec Chevrolet touchdown for CJ Regino.
Mustangs with 3 touchdowns here in the second half. 42-24 now. Boy, if they could just get these 2-point conversions, they could. This would be a whole different ball game right now.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. With 6:40 left, I mean, I know 42-24, but just imagine, what was that, 3?
3 of them.
Yeah, that'd be down 42-30.
All right.
And he's going to be, wide open.
Touchdown, or 2-point conversion.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, that was number 1 who brought down the ball
Damon
that time.
Smith.
Damon Smith, yes, ma'am. And so good looking drive there by the Mustangs. Closes the gap, 42-26, and now we'll have the onside kick again.
You called it.
Coming up. Well, if it's working, why not, right?
That is what jump-started this drive. I tell you what, I had a player of the game in mind if Moody were to win. Romeo Castillo's just, He's had a great game all around. 3 total touchdowns, an interception that led to a touchdown. And he loves to run the ball, but it was actually one of them was a touchdown pass. So he's done a great job for this team. Plays both ways. He's out there right now, getting ready for the kickoff return. You can see him talking to his guys. He's a great leader out there. Funny enough, he's not very talkative with media interviews, but he's doing a great job as a leader on the field. But the King Mustangs have just found a spark, not only in the second half, but really the fourth quarter. Just in the fourth quarter alone, they have 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they scored on their opening drive to start the second half.
Jordan Davis with the 71-yard touchdown run, this Mustang's second rushing touchdown of the season.
Not sure what coach is upset about for the Mustangs, but he had a heated discussion there with the official.
Because I know on the 2-point conversion, that was a wide open catch.
Yeah, things are going his way right now.
You got to like what King is doing. I know we've said it multiple times, but Smith broke a single-season reception yard record. Tatum Emerson keeps adding to his single-season passing yards record. They're doing a great job this season, but here comes a very important onside kick. It's a good one. Oh, Moody recovers, though.
Yeah, big number 50 came up with a fumble after the recovery there, and that is Jaylee Bautista.
The senior.
Yeah,
he knows how important that one was.
He was an MVP on that play, that's for sure.
Their season on the line tonight. Will they go to playoffs? Will they not? It starts tonight against the King Mustangs.
You know, on that AstroTurf, artificial turf, whatever you want to call it, boy, it can just jump around. It can hop around quite a bit. And
it's definitely got a unique bounce to it.
Absolutely.
But I will say, it saves a lot of money watering.
Speaking of the turf, this is their second turf here. Before you came on board a few years ago, I was out here watching them put down this second turf here. So this is the second one, and it's a good-looking turf.
I do like the contrast in the greens.
Well, again, the Trojans have had a little difficulty running the football here in the second half. And again, just not really a whole lot there. You see the King Mustangs defensive line jumping up and down. And we have another injured Moody Trojan. That is number 57.
He's hobbling a little bit there.
Jonathan Moreno.
You know what's been a difference maker, and I haven't mentioned it yet. I think I don't see him out there. He kind of stumbled a little bit earlier. I don't know if he just hasn't been out there in the second half, but Dylan Prado.
Left, if you remember, late in the second half.
Yes. He did get injured. I just didn't know if he came back in at all, but that might be the difference maker with this running game.
Yeah, because they're zeroing in on 2 gentlemen right now. Here's a pass play across the middle.
It's Aragon. I think that's Aragon, the name I said earlier. That's Aragon. He's my fiance's friend. He used to train with him for baseball.
Well, let's throw a party right now.
Yeah, he's got great hands. He can catch the ball. Way to go, Aragon. That's his first catch of the game. Alan Samuels, first down.
That might be worth a replay. What do you think?
I think so. Let's see. We got some time. What's Miracle Method got for us? Hey, they got it.
All right, you get to talk about this one.
Plenty of time to throw the ball and just give it up to your big man, the tight end, Aragon Padron. He waited for it and just brought it down. Way to go, Aragon.
Stash Salinas is back in the ballgame now for the Moody Trojans. Came in on this last play. And there's nowhere to run there for
it was Romeo.
For Romeo Castillo, and another good defensive play. So again, we talked about the Mustangs making those key adjustments.
And that's been big, you know.
And they're going to call timeout to stop the clock with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left.
The Trojans on that play were saying, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou yards, Romeo?
Well,
he's done a great job tonight. I just had to give my one joke out there with his name. He's got a great name.
Don't say that on the Moody side right now. I don't think they're a little upset right now.
He's been off to a very, very fantastic game. I've got like I said, a great young man, very humble, cares about the team. He just wants to see the team win. That's really all he wants to do. But no, they're struggling right now. I think that the key has to be without Dylan Prado.
Well, that stopped the clock with 5:12. The King still has 2 timeouts left. So
they've done a great job mixing in the pass in this game tonight for the Moody Trojans. I don't know if I have, let me see if I have my passing stats. Yeah, again, Moody totaled 183 passing yards and 1 touchdown going into this game. So they just connected on that little pass to their tight end Aragon there. They threw a touchdown pass to Romeo Castillo. That was fantastic earlier in this game. That was right before halftime to make it 35-6 when Romeo caught that ball.
Well, the Trojans need to get something going here. They're going to have to end up getting the ball back to the Mustangs, but they have a 2nd and 13 right now.
Both teams with 2 timeouts left in this game. 2nd and 13 ball on the 47-yard line of the Kings side.
And they'll hand this one off up the middle.
Oh,
good
wide
run by
open.
DeFore
is gone.
He's gone like he was shot out of a cannon.
That's a 47-yard Aztec Chevrolet touchdown, 4-4.
And the quarterback, Landon Trevino, was injured on the play. He is on his back on the ground, and he is wincing in pain right now. I hate to see that.
Oh, man, especially with the backup, Dylan Prado. He was the original quarterback to start the season, and he has gotten injured in this game, so that's not good to see at all.
Well, that was probably the backbreaker right there, and they're up 48-26 now. And all eyes are on their quarterback, Landon Trevino, who is wincing in pain on about the 48-yard line. Not sure what happened. We got time. Let's go back and look at the touchdown, and maybe we'll see what happened to Trevino. But and here is that Miracle Method replay. Nice ground shot there.
He just snuck right through the gap.
He did. And it looked like Trevino got hit late after he handed the ball.
You know, that's the thing about the slot tee. It causes a lot of confusion.
Really
you just don't know who's going to get it. And, you know, as a defender, you know you can't casually tackle because what if that guy has the ball?
Absolutely. You're right. I mean, you don't want to be the guy that lets the other guy go just because you didn't want to take a chance on tackling somebody. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. It's 48-26. Moody, 5:03 to play in the game. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Cavanis Field, and we have good news. The Moody quarterback, Landon Trevino, was able to walk off on his own, so now it's time to try the extra point after DeFore took it the distance. And bad hold or bad snap, and the ball will get recovered by somebody there, but it doesn't really matter at this point because it's not going to be any good. So with 5:03 to play, score is going to remain 48-26. Anyway, the good news is it looked like that Landon Trevino was able to get off the field on his own power, and looks like he's going to be okay. We'll probably see him back in action before the night is over. You want a drum roll for the big hit? I wonder what it is. I have no idea.
We had, you know, it was tough to pick tonight, but our big hit of the game, sponsored by King Ranch Ag and Turf, goes to a play from the third quarter. Look at the King, number 40, Mark Salgado, right through the gut. Boom goes the cannon. I mean, he threw his whole body on that one. Look again, just a burst of speed. He saw Romeo Castillo had the ball the entire time. Mark Salgado throwing down the hammer. That's your big hit of the game, King Ranch Ag and Turf. He threw him down to the turf, that's for sure.
I really think that's maybe
that could be the hit of the year.
Had at least on Thursday night.
For the people upstairs,
South Texas.
Archive that one. Archive.
People at home are saying, what does that mean?
Yeah, what is archive? It's always funny when we talk in journalism language. I'm like, do you have that VOSOT ready to go with the PKG?
Yeah, and the VO tag.
Exactly. So for those at home, a VO is a video. A SOT is a sound on tape, which would be an interview.
VO.
Oh, yeah, voiceover VO.
Yeah.
But there's multiple different options, like SOT, sound on tape, you know, and then PKG package, you know, so which is a full story that we mix together. So it helps us out when we got all keeps the wording a lot shorter for us.
All right, here's a line drive kick. And watch out for these returns because the Mustangs have been doing a good job.
That's Anthony Pettis again, and he had that. Oh, they faked it to Damon Smith. Did they hand it off? Look at Smith
go. They really
go.
did, and Smith has got
he shakes
a lot
off
of
the
running
defender.
room, and they're going to finally bring him down at about the 30-yard line.
Can we look at that again? When did the handoff occur?
It did. It happened right after.
It was easy. Anthony Pettis. Everybody had to swarm to Anthony Pettis because he had that kickoff return for a touchdown they called back. But here's Damon Smith on the replay here by Miracle Method. Just look again. I just got to see the handoff there. Anthony Pettis with the smooth grab there. And here comes Damon Smith. He was kind of sneaky on that one. He didn't show a burst of speed. And once he got the rock, he was racing down the sidelines. And now they're in enemy territory.
I think we got Drew Bishop waiting for us down on the sideline. Drew, what you got for us?
Hey guys, down here on the Kings sideline, Drew Bishop. I was just over on the Moody sideline checking out the status of Dylan Prado. Dylan is in street clothes. His pads are off. I can't tell, where the injury occurred, but I know he is hurt. He is out for the game. They're looking to keep him healthy moving forward, so we will not see him again in this ball game. But it looks like Moody is going to secure the win regardless. So a good night for the Trojans. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, appreciate that update. Yeah, he looked like he was favoring that left ankle when he left the field earlier tonight, but not real sure what the...
But I will say this, there's still 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, and the way King has been kicking onside kicks, I don't know if you can count out the Mustangs just yet. Ball inside the 25-yard line.
And Emerson will
it's
intercepted. That's Castillo, but there's a flag. We may have interference on this.
But Romeo's off to the races. No one's going to catch him.
He'll take it. Well, I think Mr. Seven's going to get it.
Oh, Jordan Davis wanted a piece of that.
Yeah,
he pushed him out of bounds. But let's see where that penalty occurred, though. It's near the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's see what they're going to call it. Who they're going to call it against. I think they're going to bring it back. We got a flag on about the 32-yard line. And
do you think it's against Moody or you think it's against King?
I think it may be.
It's going to be I don't know. Oh, but they picked it up, and they're running that way.
They called it against the Mustangs. It'll be they'll wave that one off. And
that's his second interception of the night from Moody's Romeo Castillo. That definitely jumpstarts him for the player of the game.
We were talking in the break. It was starting to get kind of close. Nobody really knew who the definitive player of the game was going to be because a lot could still happen. And then lo and behold, that play happens just right after we were talking, and that may have sealed the deal there for Mr. Castillo.
He spends a lot of time on offense, a lot of time on defense, time on special teams. I don't think Romeo Castillo ever gets off the field. Maybe for extra points.
Maybe. All right, here we go. First and goal now. Ball sitting actually
at the 13-yard line.
So it's not first and goal then. Canadian football it is, but not tonight.
That was number 20, a name we've been saying in the second half there. I'm looking it up. Rigoberto Hernandez.
Let's go back and look at that last play. Miracle Method, show us what we can see here as far as Romeo Castillo on the interception. Here we were just talking about they had a chance in this game, but this may have just destroyed any of those chances the Mustangs had coming back into this football game. And
he shook off multiple defenders.
And it looked like, you're right, I thought he was gone, but Seven comes in at the last minute.
That's that running back speed from Jordan Davis.
Good hustle by Jordan Davis.
But, I don't know if you saw it, but Caden DeFore was blocking, helping Romeo, get a couple extra yards down the far side. Oh, that was tricky.
Well, it's Castillo again, and he may score. Well, he ran out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Looked like they had him
9-yard gain
in the backfield, but he was able to break away.
I think.
And that's going to be close.
I was going to say, is that Allen Samuels' first down? That is
going to be close.
That is an Allen Samuels' first down.
All righty, first and goal now. Ball resting on about the 3-yard line.
Like you said, we're on the opposite side of the field, so it's hard for us to judge from the press box. We have to rely on our markers down there.
I think we should start announcing from the sidelines. What do you think?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Guys back in the station are saying no.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
We need you to sign your waivers. Just kidding.
First and goal here. Timeout called. And it's called by the Moody Trojans.
That interception was the dagger, but if Moody could punch it in, that would just be the icing on the cake. 3 minutes, 2 seconds left on the clock. The Trojans up 48-26, keeping their playoff hopes alive, needing Ray to beat Carroll tomorrow for the Moody Trojans to have a showdown with the Carroll Tigers next week.
So that would be maybe game of the week B.
It could be Game of the Week B. It could
Okay.
be. It could be. There's a lot of great options next week.
All right.
Maybe we'll do a vote. I don't know. We'll see.
I vote for Moody and Carroll.
It's
If all the things
happened
that have to happen.
That's true. I tell you what, though, that Sinton Rockport Fulton game is going to be good.
Oh, it will be.
That's going to be good.
All right, after the timeout, we're back to action here with 3:02 to play. First and goal from the 3. And the Trojans. And Trevino is back in the ball game, by the way. Touchdown. That was an easy one right there for the Mustang. I mean, for the Trojans.
That was Aragon. My buddy Aragon with the Aztec Chevrolet touchdown.
That's why I didn't say his name. I was going to let you do it.
Way to go, Aragon. The tight end rumbling in.
All right. The knockout punch has officially been delivered to the Mustangs tonight. 2:57 left to play. And again, Trevino was back in action. Good to see Landon Trevino back in there, quarterback, as he handed the ball off to Aragon, who scored. And Ramirez in for the extra point. He's had a good evening. And it is good. 49 points put up by the Moody Trojans tonight. 49-26. Or 55 now. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Let's look at the Miracle Method
26.
replay here, Alan. I got to see my buddy Aragon.
I'm going to let you call it.
He's just right behind the quarterback, follows his blockers. I think he almost went untouched. Simple 3-yard run for Aragon. Followed his blocks, did his job.
All right, double nickel night tonight for the Moody Trojans, 55-26.
And I'm seeing if I can pull up a stat for you. It depends how fast my internet works. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. 55 is the most points the Moody Trojans have scored in a single game all season.
Well, good congratulations to the Trojans. That'll give them some momentum going into next week.
And they were riding a 3-game losing streak. Miller, Gregory, Portland, and Ray. That Ray game was a tough one. Of course, it was Caden DeFore's first game back. But now, getting the win over King, it's making that Carroll game look extra sweet for that 4th playoff spot. But again, if Carroll wins tomorrow over Ray, that might push Moody out. I don't know all the behind the scenes, how the dominoes fall, but they really need Ray to win.
Short kick and recovered by the Mustangs. Got a little bit of running room up to about the 41-yard line.
It looked like that was number 8 who got the ball, which was C.J. Regino. He's had a really good second half for the King Mustangs.
All right, let's head down to the sidelines. We got Drew Bishop with some more info for us. Drew, what you got for us?
Hey, great nugget there, Larissa, on Moody. 55 points, the most they've scored all season. It's a great night to be a Trojan. I want to take a quick opportunity to just let you guys know that tomorrow night, Chris 6 News at 10, we're going to have the Friday Night Fever, a spooky, scary Halloween edition of the Friday Night Fever. We're going to have our game of the week, Miller and Gregory Portland. Tyrese Boone will be there. Of course, we'll have Larissa Liska in studio with highlights, breakdowns, and our top play. So you're not going to want to miss it again. Chris 6 News at 10 tomorrow. You can see it on YouTube. You can see it on Chris 6. So join us tomorrow, and thanks for joining us tonight on Game Night South Texas. Back to you guys.
All right, Drew, we appreciate it. Thanks for all your help this year on Game Night South Texas. Great job, as always. And here is a handoff.
Damon Smith getting the ball.
Yeah, Smith is getting it, but
I take back. Big hit.
And then, well, it's kind of ironic. This time it's DeFore in there making a big hit.
Oh, wow.
Another running back in there.
And it's kind of like a, what do you call like a group of Trojans? What do you call like a group? An army.
That is DeFore still playing out there on defense.
Wow, yep, because he's got the club hand. We spot that from a mile away. Wow.
That's how I know who it is.
It's incredible. I always watch the football players that have the club in their hand. I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
That was a 2-yard gain. It'll now be 2nd and 8. Clock winding down. 2 minutes, 12 seconds. And the throw out. And nice tackle there.
Great tackle by number 20. That's Rigoberto Hernandez.
Well, he tell what, he's made his name known here in the second half. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. 55-26. All Trojans complete total domination tonight. We'll be back with more of Game Night South Texas right after this.
Assuming.
All right, welcome back. Game Night South Texas. 2 minutes left. Moody up 55-26. And Tatum running for his life. Throws it, caught, and was a great catch. Did he stay in bounds? Did he hold on to the football? Or did he juggle the football? They're saying no catch.
No catch. I do have two final scores. We've got Arlington Heights Christian School defeating Coastal Christian Home School 46-14. Weslaco East getting beat by Veterans Memorial 49-6. And one more score for you if I can find it. Fremont is up 30-6 at the end of the third quarter.
It's a long ball game in those parts. Back to pass. Throwing it down the left side and incomplete. Well, I got to do it. Quick shout out to my son Jordan Harwell, helping coach the defense tonight for the Moody Trojans. So I just want to do a quick shout out there.
I heard you got a good picture before the game.
We did, and so anyway, him and the staff are doing a great job over there. It's his first year at Moody, and he loves it over there, he says. So
they've got a good thing going. You know, like King has a lot of young talent, but I would say, you know, Moody's got a good balance of it with Caden DeFore coming back at the junior. Of course, Romeo Castillo being a senior, that'll be a tough one to graduate. Dylan Prado's a senior as well, so you know they'll have some pieces they got to regroup. Landon Trevino at quarterback, but there's been some young talent that have made some plays.
But will they have Dylan Prado for that big game next week? That's going to be that's something you're going to need to stay up on to figure out if
that's what they need.
Big, yeah.
Will they tell me? Probably not. They like to keep their secrets.
I know. And then he comes out running a 100-yard dash as fast as he can.
All right,
All right, we're going to the
victory formation.
Victory formation here. I hear an echo in my headset. All right, they'll just let the clock run now. Minute. Well, they stopped the clock. All right, we have a timeout called on the field.
And it's time for our Lamar Plumbing Player of the Game. He just hit in that little group huddle, but it's number one, Romeo Castillo. He had 3 touchdowns. One was a touchdown reception, and he had 2 interceptions in this game. But the big interception happened for him in the second quarter because that interception a few plays later led to the 47-yard touchdown pass from Landon Trevino to Romeo Castillo. He's a senior. He celebrated his birthday. I think I said it was on Tuesday. I want to say it might have been on it was Monday or Tuesday. He had his birthday. Yeah, Tuesday. Tuesday was his birthday. So happy birthday to Romeo Castillo, and way to be our player of the game.
All right, here come the Trojans back out on the field to get back in victory formation. Minute 43 left to play in this game. So the Trojans will improve now to 1-3 in district play, 4-5 overall. They can avoid a losing season with a win next week against the Carroll Tigers. And this is Castillo who's got the ball. He'll roll around don't run out of bounds to stop the clock, which he does. So Castillo on the carry. And be sure and join highlights of this game with Drew Bishop coming up on Chris 6 Sports coming up. Gosh, it's already
almost 10. We might be live tonight. We haven't been live. Let's see. Every Friday we go live. On Thursdays, we get a little bit of a luxury. If we're able to pre-record, we can because, we got a long day on Fridays. It's half the time it saves us 5 minutes. But, 5 minutes is 5 minutes. But today, I think we're going full live.
You're calling it?
I don't want to call it yet. I'll see how much. Oh, but Caden DeFore might want to call it. He's rounding the left edge. That looks like an Allen Samuels first down.
Stay in bounds, young man. Keep the clock running.
Yeah, that's what we need. Because if it goes fast enough, Drew's a fast editor. Drew has definitely grown over this time span. Tyrese as well. They've been doing a great job all season long. So I have faith maybe we might be able to go home. Maybe a little bit.
This is Drew's last game tonight. We'll get Tyrese next week to close out the season. And we appreciate both Drew and Tyrese with their.
It's a hard job, you know. You gotta. You're the sideline reporter when you're watching Game Night South Texas. I don't want to say it looks easy, but you know, because they have to look and see what's going on to give you those great sideline reports. But then they're also shooting their own highlights that are airing at 10 and then editing them at halftime in the third quarter.
52 seconds and counting. Back to another victory for me. And how do you have a flag?
That's why I got shocked. That's why I was like,
oh my
what?
Goodness.
They just want the game to drag out for us. That's all. 49 seconds now stopped.
.42 seconds to play, and Trojans face a 1st and 5, so they'll go to a knee here, and that should be the final play of the game, and it is. And that is going to wrap it up. The Trojans are going to come away with a big 55-26 victory to get their first district win, and the Mustangs will fall to 0-9. So Larissa will be back in action next Thursday night, our final regular season Game Night South Texas. We'll be in London. But appreciate you tonight. Great job as always. Great job by Drew Bishop. Great job by everybody on the staff tonight. Now, we do have a few highlights, though. We do want to throw in. We do have a couple of minutes left here. Let's go right to your HEB highlights.
Favor brings the store to your door in minutes with HEB Now.
I think you like saying that. Okay, here we go. So the Mustangs came out with some new life here in the second half, and this is just a tremendous, tremendous effort here. And look at Jordan Davis go, over 70 yards. They would come out, and they'd actually score 3 quick touchdowns to start the second half, but Moody would answer, and there's our player of the game, Roman Castillo, from 19 yards out as he storms into the end zone for a score. Mustangs get the ball back. And you see the nice pass play in the back of the end zone for the touchdown to Frank Garcia. And then the Mustangs have one more left in them here. The pass across the middle and the touchdown right here. So it was a nice, really second half effort by the Mustangs in the second half. And once again, Emerson looking here. I believe this is yet another touchdown to number 1.
That might be the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that was the 2-point conversion. I was going to say, I don't think they scored again, but that was a 2-point conversion from Damon Smith. And then the big, long touchdown run here that was really pretty much the knockout punch by Caden DeFore late in the game to show that he is back, and he is back and ready to go 110%. And then we've got one more play here. This was the interception by Castillo that pretty much sealed the deal. Looked like he was going to go the distance, but Davis is going to come out of nowhere and push him out of bounds. And our final score again tonight was 55-26 with this final score here by Larissa's favorite player, number 23, Aragon Padron. And there you see the happy faces. There is Romeo Castillo, your Lamar Plumbing player of the game, and he is all smiles, and why not? It was a big win for the Moody Trojans. All right, that'll do it for Alan Harwell, Larissa Liska, and Drew Bishop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next Thursday night live from London, Texas. Good night, everybody.
Thomas J. Henry's Game Night South Texas is a presentation of Chris 6 News, presented by Thomas J. Henry.